type. Um,
Fair enough.
well, Clive earlier. Yeah, are we live yet? Hang on 2 seconds. It's trying. Yes, we're live. G'day out there. So,
We are.
Clive earlier said that he was guessing Paul's scientist as Britney Spears. And so I put up another one. Clive already guessed Chris from Westchester County, Dave, and he was wrong. So you're not wrong. You're not right. It's not Chris. He is not today's mystery scientist.
It's too many letters for it to be CC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if it was just a C and a C, it'd be hi, I'm Chris.
Yeah.
CC from Westchester County.
If I just had 2 blank letters, you could guess.
Yeah, and all that shit.
CC.
Hi, I'm a drooling moron from New York, Westchester County.
Yeah, g'day, Fred. I had it queued up about 6 or 7 videos we hadn't watched of his, and I just deleted them from my list. So I thought, no, we're not going to go through.
Yeah, I know what you've got queued up. I just started watching it downstairs, and I thought, shit, is that the time?
Oh, what have I got queued up? I don't know. What am I watching? What should I be watching?
You've got that video that Blue's put together, haven't you?
I've got one that Blue put in the chat, in the Discord chat. Yeah. I got that.
Yeah, because he hasn't posted it on YouTube yet because it's unlisted. But I did start watching it, and it's like, yeah, you just take a shot every time somebody says a certain word.
Yes.
Your liver will expire halfway through.
I do have that one queued up, but I thought I'd wait till Blue comes in before I did that one.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah, I thought that was fair enough. I've got to admit, there's not a lot of dirt this week. But I was going through my list.
I found that having to go back to working in an office, I generally don't find I have much time to watch all this crap. And it's been lovely.
Well, you don't have a YouTube stream where you've got to actually find content. So we don't.
I have a bit of a catch up when I have breakfast in the morning. Anything that's gone out the last night. If it's an Everett Anderson, because they're nice, small, short videos to watch. Things, you have that over breakfast before I head off. And then I tend to find when I come home and I just want to mong out in front of the TV, and I might drop in and listen to Bev for 30 seconds every now and then. And it's just like, well, this could be any day. It's just the same old shit over and over again.
I haven't put any Bev up because every time first of all, I'm not trolling through 4 hours of Bev. It's just, trying to find something. I'm sure there's stuff in there that I could put up, but it's just so drawly and the same stuff over and over. So yes, I do find Bev. So when he puts out something short, I tend to look at that, and that's about it.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. But he relies on 3, 4, 5 hour streams 5 nights a week because he doesn't do weekend.
I did watch the start of the other one where I think Blue was one of the first commenters on the side of it. Bev, I see you're stealing my content again. If Blue doesn't put stuff up, he doesn't have anything to talk about for 4 months.
Well, exactly. Hey. Yeah.
Hey, I have an almost music quiz question to ask farmers.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I'm going to put a photograph up.
Right.
Guess the song. And I suppose we could, if you get it, just say you've got it. But maybe we could leave it for the peanuts to also see if they can.
Oh yeah.
Guess
what it is. Sure. Hang on, let me share. Let's make it so you can share. That way, Paul doesn't have to say, "Oh, you forgot to let me share."
That's it. It's already there.
I could get a song from that straight away. Whether it's the song you've got in mind, but I was looking at it could be I've got a song for that.
Bad Moon Rising.
What moon?
Yeah.
What moon?
Exactly. It's a bad moon.
It's so bad it's not even there. I would say it's a very it's a very famous song. Certainly not of the last few decades, and it's actually a cover, I believe.
Not
He
the one
says
I was
quickly
thinking
Googling.
of. The one I
Oh.
was thinking of is not a cover.
I'm pretty surprised. I'm fairly certain it is.
Not the one I'm thinking of.
Okay. Let's see if we got any guesses from the
Not yet.
Peanuts.
I don't think we've got a lot of peanuts just yet.
Uh,
I think we're only running on about 5 or 6. Let me have a look.
yeah, I just saw some of the more musically inclined out there, so that's
About
why.
5. We've got about 5 in there at the moment.
Go on then, farmers. What do you think it is?
Well, when I see that, I automatically think of House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking of that.
All right, what were you thinking of?
Yeah, the problem is I don't know whether you can see it on the screen. There's quite a lot of mist sitting on the water.
All right. Well, Dave had 2 Suns in the Sunset from Pink Floyd.
So you're thinking Smoke on the Water, Deep Purple, Machine Head 1972?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I just looked at that and thought, oh, is that House of the Rising Sun? Which is a cover.
Yes.
And obviously, yes,
It is,
Smoke on
it
the
is
Water.
indeed. That is. Well,
Yeah,
the Animals
Smoke on the
version
Water.
is all of them are covers, aren't they?
Pretty much.
It was
yeah.
a tradition. It was a traditional folk song, wasn't it?
Yeah, like a lot of Led Zeppelin stuff, they're actually covers. But and actually, a lot of the early Stone stuff as well, they were covers because they're all sort of bluesy songs that I guess a lot of people weren't familiar with and never heard of.
Yeah. G'day, Paul. How's it going?
Yeah, good.
That's good.
Are you feeling better than last weekend?
Marginally.
Getting there.
I've still got the tickle in the throat, you know. I'm over the actual real disease, but I've got that little hanging on bit that bloody pisses you off, you know.
That hangs around for bloody weeks.
Yeah.
Drives you up the wall. Constantly going.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. Tequila Sunrise. I like. Yeah, a bit of the Eagles. Yeah, that could have been.
Paul, before you put up your mystery scientist, Clive Wells was having a bit of thing, so I put up a mystery scientist.
Oh, good, because I haven't thought of one tonight.
Okay, good. Oh, good, because I'm just about to put up a photo to see if Clive gets it. I'm sure he will once he sees the photo. How's it? Just making sure the name isn't on the... No, I don't think it is. Good, right, okay.
And the quiz we've got tonight, I've got a music quiz, right? But I've also got another quiz. Yeah. It's a bit of a different quiz. This quiz is named the Can You Beat Clive to the Answer quiz.
Oh, good.
I like that.
Oh, dear. Okay. Am I sending video into the Zoom? I think I should be. So.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah.
Somebody.
So
Hang on. Let's
you can see the photo.
Got a bit more about...
Just checking. Okay.
Well, it looks like a lass. Looks like a woman.
Tis a lass. Who's that lass?
C and circle.
I don't expect you to get it, farmers. I'd be very impressed if you do, but
no, it's. I mean,
isn't that Madame Curie?
No.
To quote Midgeo, this means nothing to me.
No. Yes, she's relatively famous. Maybe not quite as famous as Marie Curie, but when you find out who it is, you'll understand. But anyway, it's meant to be a Clive beater. Just so he at least doesn't, takes it.
Not Florence Nightingale, is it?
Nah, it's not Florence Nightingale. As I said, had to be obscure. It's obscure, but it's not obscure. Anyway. Yeah, I'll leave that up while we chat for a bit. I'll see if they can work that out. Oh, maybe. No, I can't do that. I'll have to leave it up. So I'm waiting for Blue. Blue's got a little video he's put together, but I was waiting for him to come in before we did that one. We'll see where that goes. So all the ducks are in place today. They didn't get kicked during the last few days, Paul?
Oh no, all good there. All good there.
Okay. Good.
We did do some missexing on Friday, where we literally go through a pen full of ducks and we lift each one up. If it quacks, it survives. If it doesn't quack, it's a missex and it gets gets to meet its maker.
How does that work? I mean, obviously, is it just why do they quack, I suppose, is the question.
Okay, only the hens quack.
Yeah.
The drakes don't make a quacking sound. They sort of make a squirrely, croaking sound.
So it's the sound that they make because they don't make the same sound.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, no. We only want our ducks to have quacks, no quacks. And that's yes. No, because when they hatch, Timbo, at the hatchery, a day old, they get sorted, they get sexed. And we get about 5,000 hens and about 1,000 drakes. All right.
Yeah.
But of course, occasionally you'll get what you call a missex, where they sex it as a female, as a hen, but it's not.
In other words,
it's actually not a
In other words, they got it wrong. Do you get to send back a report and say
it's not necessarily that they got it wrong, Timbo? It's that sometimes it's hard to tell. They may have gotten it wrong, but sometimes you get ducks that that don't display the character. Like they'll make a sound like they're a male, but they won't reproduce like they're a male. They'll be infertile. So they neither lay eggs nor do they actually reproduce as a male either. Right. That's why we call them a missex. So they're good for nothing except eating.
So they're not trans. They're just not what you want.
No. It's not like some lucky bastard male got put into a pen full of 5,000 females all by himself, you know.
No. Then died from exhaustion.
Yeah. It's the unlucky duck that they thought was a female, but it's not. But he doesn't actually behave like a male either. So putting him in a pen of 5,000 females doesn't really excite him anyway.
What if he just had a cold and couldn't quack properly?
Yeah. No, they actually do make a sound, but they make a quite a different sound.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a shy and retiring female. Didn't want to make a noise. Didn't want to upset anybody. Oh yes, I'll just be quiet. Oh, why am I getting put away with all these few other separates?
You do get those occasionally, like when you're doing them, you pick them up and they don't want to quack. They just sit there, they just look at you, and you're grabbing them by the scruff of the neck and shaking them, and they just look at you, and you think, well, you better make a sound, buddy, otherwise.
Yeah. Yes. Or you'd be quacked. Okay. Yeah. Yes. No, well, that's interesting. Good to know.
But we don't get many of them. Out of a pen full of 1,800 ducks, we only got 10 missexes. So,
no, well, that's not too bad. It's a good ratio, really, isn't it? So, yeah.
But considering that they don't eat, they don't lay eggs and they don't reproduce. All they do is eat food, and that's it. So you don't really want them in your breeder flock.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to risk it anyway. No. Ah, interesting. I got my motor for my bike, by the way.
Oh, did you realise that New South Wales have changed their legislation now, Timbo?
Have they? Yeah, but not in New South Wales. But go on, yeah.
Yeah, in New South Wales. Only in New South Wales, the legislation now is that for a pedelec, you can have 500 watts.
Yeah. And you know what's going to happen is now that New South Wales change it, they'll change the. Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. I'm sure your thing will work fine. So you've got it, have you?
Yeah. It'll be a good exercise. I'm doing a video on it. I actually have another channel. It'll be the first video on the other channel when I get it. Called. It's going to give it a go. Timbo is the name of the channel, and I'll put in the bike together. I've got as far as obviously I unpacked the bike. I only got it on Friday, so or yesterday. So I had it unpacked it today, and I've got the bottom bracket off, which I thought I had the right tools, and then I discovered no, I didn't quite have. They have changed the axles because it's a good bike. It's got a hollow axle rather than a standard solid axle, so it needs a different crank puller to get the crank off. But it's only slight difference. But I had all the rest of the tools, which was good. I actually think I had the right crank puller. I just didn't have the adapter, or I couldn't find it.
You do realise, Timbo, that you've always got all the right tools. It's just that you might have to use some of them in a manner that they weren't designed for. That's all.
Yeah. When you work on bikes, having the right tool makes a big difference.
Makes it a lot easier. I know.
Some obscure little.
After that night that I was asking you questions about it, I went online and I did a bit more research, and I found some bikes there that you can get. You can get ones with 3 kilowatt motors, 3,000 watt motors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's one there with a 5,000 watt motor.
Oh yeah,
can go up to 120 kilometers an hour.
That's right. Yes, I think
that's scary.
Oh dear. Okay, Clive is trying to catch up. So Clive, when you get there, can you name this person for us, or not name her? I don't mind, just so I can say who it is. G'day, Blue. How are you?
Good day. Good day, Mike.
G'day. I have
it's not Lee Smeitner, is it?
No, it starts with C and ends with C. It's the CC.
CC.
Yeah, it's up. If you look up the start at the top of the chat, you'll see the roughly. I think that's about the right letters. I think so. Yeah. Anyway, and this is on the lab safety. That might give it away. It's on a lab safety website. So there you go.
Timbo.
Yeah.
Could I suggest you try turning on sound for musicians this week?
Yeah, I'm happy to give that a go.
Oh yeah.
To see if that helps with the audio in your video playback.
I did find that. I actually have a feeling I'd turned it on already, but let's go have a little look.
It's showing. I only say because it's showing as it being off in Zoom for me, even though I have it turned on in my settings.
Sorry, I just actually turned my video off. Sorry, but I'll turn it back on in a sec. Where are we? We have that in audio. We have set at the moment. Original sound for musician is currently set. Then you get to choose whether you want high fidelity, echo cancellation, or stereo audio, which I've turned all of those off. So, at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. And there is a new one called live performance audio, which is in beta as a setting. Anyway, we'll see how that goes.
Dr. Nimrod asked, is that Nathan Thompson? Don't be ridiculous. He's not wearing a duck suit.
Yes. Giving Clive a chance to catch up. He says he's 8 minutes behind and trying to do double speed. So gives him about 4 minutes to catch up. We'll see. Well, Blue, I was going to play your video if that's all right.
Yeah, actually, that's about 5 minutes flipped out of about 20 minutes of a Bev show the other day.
Is that all from one show?
That is what he managed to come out with in the span of about 20 minutes.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you're going to want to listen to the whole thing, but you want to listen to some of it. It's kind of funny.
I listened to 2 or 3 minutes and then thought, oh, Timbo will be streaming in a bit. I better pop upstairs and sit down in front of the other computer. So I haven't listened to it all, but I get the gist.
I am making a video out of this, by the way. But
that's okay. I'm happy
so
to
damn
preview
funny. I thought it's so funny. I thought I'd just go ahead and make it an unlisted video so that we could play it.
Yeah,
but
I haven't listened to any of this, so I'm happy to play the whole lot. So let's give it a go.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Away with the get over and done with the Blue Marble slander. Obviously, the Blue Marble slander channel. Blue Marble slander over, obviously, on the Blue Marble slander channel. Blue Marble slander channel.
Yeah.
You'll notice that all of this slander that these guys do, they never state what the lie is. We're called on the level. If these guys could come up with the lie, then it wouldn't be slander, but this is just blatant slander. Blue Marble slander channel. Just blatant slander. Nobody ever states anything. Because I do not give a shit about the shape of the earth. Never have. Never will. There is nothing I post that is pro flat earth. Slander. Blue Marble slander. That's why it's called the Blue Marble slander channel. Yeah, they've got nothing better to do with their time.
Is he trying to allege that we slander
shit? They're all too shit scared
sure?
and too busy slandering people.
But we've never ever slandered
I
him.
don't give a shit
We
about
might have
the YouTube.
we might have libelled him, but we've never slandered him.
No.
Impossible for us to slander him on the channel.
Are doing at the minute. This is how they perform their Blue Marble scientific method, by just slandering people. And they allow people to come on just to gather together to have a group slander effort. I've been learning.
Did you know that saying you're slandering him in slander?
Yeah, I know.
I'm obsessed about the shape of the earth. Blue Marble slander channel decided that he didn't give a shit. Just to allow everybody to go over and slander. This is proper slander. Blue Marble Science allows this man to go on his channel just to slander people. That's Blue Marble Science. And what he does, he allows the slandering of other people. Yeah, that silence is from Blue Marble Slander channel. So, Blue Marble Science. You're just fucking wrong, mate, and your slandering isn't going to help you. Blue Marble slander.
So, are they saying that anyone who says level is horizontal must think the Earth is flat?
Well, we go with the team that can prove the statements that we say, and we definitely don't listen to the slanderers that say that they are lies without stating what the lie is. Just to go around saying that somebody's slandering people and say that they're liars without naming what the lie is. Yeah, Blue Marble slander.
We have told you what the
These
lies
are the geniuses, the guys that have just slandered everybody. The guys that say, if you say or you claim that level is horizontal, then you have to think a certain way. Blue Marble Science did a live stream and ended up allowing people to slander people, namely me. How many other Blue Marble slander channels, how many other people like that are there out there that just slander people? This is YouTube channels slandering other people. Does he need content? Is it in his manifesto or something that slandering other people is a necessity? Like I say, don't give a shit about the shape of the earth. And what I have learned is...
And this is a guy who slags off real
turns people into
say they're all
horrible
fake
slanderers, and they're integrating this slanderous behaviour to make the argument that they don't have. Like I told him the other week, I do not give a shit about the old guy, the boomer, that runs the Blue Marble YouTube channel. He's got no argument, he never has.
How many times has he mentioned you just in this little segment?
But he doesn't care about you.
No,
he's not interested.
You're not in his head at all.
He just takes the names of other people and has built a channel around slandering people.
Yes, I think that will be good, Blue. You can have fun with that one.
Oh, bless.
Okay. Okay.
That's fine.
Actually, I still say that calling Bev a DLC is not defamation, because I can prove that he's disingenuous and lying, and the last bit is just an opinion, and we're all allowed them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Bless his
Yes.
heart. Oh. I don't care about you, but you live for free in my head, and I talk about you every day.
Constantly.
But I don't care about you.
even when you're not talking about him.
Even when you're not talking to me, I'm going to talk about you continuously every night for hours on end, 5 days a week. But I don't care about you. I'd like to make that clear.
Right.
Right.
Be clear about that.
Yes.
I went through and meticulously counted that consists of 40 accusations of slander, all in the span of 20 minutes. So he was slandering me at the rate of twice a minute.
I did suggest taking a shot every time he said the word slander, but personally, I don't have enough vodka in the house to do that.
No.
And my liver couldn't take it.
I think the name of the video is going to be "Who's the most butthurt man on YouTube."
I don't know. I think it should be.
Yeah.
I'm glad you don't think about me, Bev. Or do I have to charge rent, Bev? Because I seem to be living in your mind. Do you have to? Yes. Someone attracted to Bev's attention. Yes. Well, he hasn't got much else to talk about. Let's be honest.
Well, the bizarre thing is that you've got the likes of poor old little buddy Mickey saying, "Oh, here's $1,000 for a qualified surveyor to come on and say that level isn't horizontal." They've already had them and they've driven them away.
No, it's much more than come on and say it. You've got to prove it. And
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got to dox yourself as well, haven't you?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, not just say it. In their doctrine of the way misevidence. Yeah.
That's right, because they're also demanding that they come on and they prove their credentials. So they basically dox themselves to that channel, a channel whose members variously over the last few years have desperately tried to dox people.
Yeah.
So they want a qualified geodetic surveyor to come on live on the show and say, "Here are my credentials. Here's my name. Here are my qualifications. Now you know who I am. Oh, and by the way, you're all a stick of shit because level quite clearly isn't horizontal."
Yes.
Well, and the fact is that information is readily obtainable for Jesse Kozlowski and for Larry Scott, at least.
Yeah.
Those two guys, anyone can go on the internet and look them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can do that.
But they've driven those guys away.
Bev has consistently accused both of those guys, plus the main surveyor and other people, of not actually being professional surveyors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's fucking slander.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I say Bev is full of shit, when I say Bev is lying, when he says the level is horizontal, I'm not slandering Bev. I'm stating a fact.
Yeah.
It's not a matter that it's not that he's making a mistake. He's had this explained to him time and time and time again. He knows what's wrong. He knows better. He's just lying about it. You hear me, Bev? You lying little bastard. That's not slander. That's me calling you out.
Yep.
Okay, I guess I got a little upset.
That's all right.
No, that's you being polite, and it's understandable.
Yeah, it's a little more polite than I was.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh well.
Yeah. It was funny anyway.
It was. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure the rest of the one will be good. Okay. Now, just so I can get rid of this screen, for anyone who's wondering who this is, and of course Clive will catch up eventually. This is Catherine Camille. You heard of Catherine Camille, Paul? You're into...
No, I haven't.
She's Marie Curie's lab assistant.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't super far.
You
off
weren't far
with my
away.
guess
I
then,
couldn't
was
I couldn't really give it away more than that. And she's even on the Lab Safety Memorial Wall, which is where I got this one, because obviously she transported the radioactive sources back and forth in a cart with just a very poor lead bricks, and obviously died of radiation poisoning. So, yes, she did contribute to science. But there you go. There's a mystery scientist for today.
What way to go?
Yeah. Well, they didn't know anything about, very little about radiation and its effects at that time.
I suppose, but oh dear.
Unfortunately for the, didn't Mr. Korea, I can't think of his name, carry around a lump of radium. Oh, what do they call it? What was the stuff they invented? Not discovered eventually. Metal block, not uranium. Was it radium?
I thought they worked a lot with radium.
Radium.
Clive does make a good point. You had too many letters for Catherine.
Yes, but you still got it wrong, Clive. So I win. You've had you've had other things and done much better. So I win this week.
One across 9 letters, or maybe 6.
That's she does look. I can understand why you mistake. That is Madame Curie, and that is her. So they're both black and white photos. So I can understand you mixing the two up.
Hey, I like black and white photos. I do a lot of black and white photos.
I don't mind black and white photos either. Just yes, but yeah, I do know that Mr. Curie used to carry a lump of radium. And what's radium, isn't it? Around, I think, because glowed, etc. Looked pretty at parties in his pocket. So that didn't go well for their kids. As you can imagine.
Most they had any.
I think it was an unfortunate story about their kids. But anyway, I'd have to double check my story on that, but I don't think they were particularly healthy. Yes. Oh, what else have I got? Have you seen this one before? I came across this one the other day. Apparently this flat earther has a meltdown, went viral, but I suspect it may be old.
My children will be like, Mama, globe.
Yeah.
Like everywhere there's globes. You see them all the time. I mean, it's constant. My children will be like, Mama, globe, 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 globe. They're everywhere. And that's what they do to brainwash. And so for me, if it is not a conspiracy, if it is, real, why are you pushing so hard? Everywhere I go, every store, you buy a globe. There's globes everywhere. Every movie, every TV show, news media. Why?
This one's fun. Globe. So this is Candace Taylor. And I got to be honest, I'm a little obsessed with her. She is wild. She ran for governor of Georgia and lost by 70 points and still won't concede. Also, her slogan was Jesus Guns Babies. And there are no commas or anything. So I have to read that and interpret it as guns being a verb. So Jesus Guns Babies. I'm no Christian, but I don't think Jesus is doing that. But her biggest thing right now, at least, is being a flat earther while denying she's a flat earther, while also claiming that globes, like the shape, like a sphere, is a conspiracy by NASA. And I'm definitely not the only one who thinks it's hilarious.
I'm not a scientist because that is a made-up job, but I know that the Earth is flat, okay? Because if the Earth was round, why would maps be flat? Use your head for a minute. If the Earth was round like a globe, everything would be falling off of it. All the oceans would be dripping down it like ice cream, okay? Unless the Earth is a DQ blizzard where nothing falls out. But even then, sometimes things do fall out, and they do have to give you your money back. So that doesn't really make sense to me. I see globes on TV, globes at my children's school. I saw a globe at Hobby Lobby, a place of worship. Hobby Lobby, there was a globe there. I mean, if I were a normal person...
Hobby Lobby's a place of worship.
But I have a rotary telephone that's not hooked up to anything, so Bill Gates can't track me. Okay, because I'm using my head.
Apparently, I don't know Hobby Lobby. What's Hobby Lobby? You have to fill me in.
So just think about the name. It's very self-explanatory.
Well, okay, good.
Yeah, they sell crafting and hobby stuff.
Hobby store, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
we've
why
got
that's a
one over
pleasant
it's called Hobbycraft.
I think she
Yeah.
just misspoke. I think she's put it to be two different places. But anyway, yes, it did sound a bit funny.
Now, unsurprisingly, Candace Taylor didn't approve of this take on her, so she took to Twitter herself to defend her position.
I've never said the earth was flat. I've never said that I was a flat earther. Never, ever, ever have I said that. If the earth is a globe, which we've always believed the earth is a globe, and we believe that, why do we see globes on all the TV shows, on all the movies, and all the stores? Why are there globes everywhere? Why?
I think she answered her own
Because it's
question, didn't she?
propaganda.
Yeah.
That does not mean that I'm crazy. That does not mean that I'm unethical. That does not
No, we
mean
don't call
that
it crazy.
anything that a radical, liberal, psychotic girl
What's liberal
in
got to do with it?
Atlanta who did a parody on me said. And people that say, oh, this is you, no. Look at my lips. She had on red lipstick, but she does not have a full front, top lip, and I told her that. The red was a nice touch, but you don't have the lips for it. But it's not me, people. It's her. It's Blair. Her name's
crazy
Blair.
eyes.
I don't even know her last name.
I don't think the Earth is flat, but I do think that a spherical shape is a giant conspiracy by NASA to steal billions of dollars every month. I don't even think globes are that common, as common as she makes them out to be. Like, I don't even think I have a globe in my house. I don't even think we have a globe in our house. Like, I'm looking around, and I don't think we have anything. NASA.
Oh dear.
G'day, Matt. Good to see you.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. Yes.
Hey, Matt, do us a favour. Could you ask the engines next time they do a launch to do it when I'm not at work?
Okay, yeah, we'll do. I'll let them know.
I hate it when they do that. So don't launch it. I'm at work. I can't watch that.
From an entertainment point of view, you see it lift off. Then after that, I mean, Indians are not known for putting cameras on the rockets. Although
I zipped through it this morning and thought, okay, up the graphics. Here we go.
Yeah. Although they did show separation from the cryogenic stage in the spacecraft, which was good.
Yeah.
I've got it to play, Matt.
It was
So
like
I thought we could look at that a little bit later.
But yeah, from entertainment value, it wasn't particularly great. But I mean, I suppose if you're a bit of a nerd, it's interesting. But
well, it's interesting.
It was actually quite entertaining to look at, like, you know, the difference in technology and presentation between India and, say, I don't know, SpaceX. You know, but I know SpaceX, being a commercial company, you know, they are constantly selling themselves. But it was still.
I did like the way Israel actually. Yeah. Indeed, yeah. I like the way Israel showed the trajectory. I can't even say the word trajectory. Predicted trajectory. That's quite good. Because then, if it was going off course, you could kind of see it, which I thought was quite interesting, which most of them don't do. So yeah,
That's true. That's true.
So I like the. I did have it. So I have actually.
What was that noise? Jesus.
That was the noise. That was the rocket. I actually have your.
Oh, that was a launch.
I have your thing ready to go. I was good. Thought, oh yeah, Matt. We'll show a little bit of Matt. But I did like their little thing on what had India done in the space race and how they were important.
Oh yeah.
India, a major spacefaring nation, has conducted a detailed exploration of the moon through its Chandrayaan program. The country has sent 2 robotic spacecraft to orbit the moon and to take a repeated look at its surface.
I mean, I know they're an advanced country, but when I looked at this, it just felt like one of those things from the 50s when the Americans, when NASA was first doing their little diagrams. I mean, it's not too bad. I
don't think they had a huge CGI budget for doing.
No, I don't think they did.
Not massive, but hey, yeah.
No. It was a little bit.
Demonstrated India's ability to reach the surface of the moon.
Yeah.
moon at a place and time of its choice.
I like this.
And
Oh, your video finished. Oh, that was it.
No, it's I was having problems, so I had to refresh it. Sorry, just keep playing it. It comes back again straight away.
India became the 4th country to reach the surface of the moon in November 2008. Besides, Chandrayaan 1's conclusive discovery of water on the moon in 2009 was praised as a path-breaking discovery.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth anyone who hasn't watched it, go back and watch it. It's only an hour long, so I'm sure you can skip through some of them all. I did have I do have it up here, and since you're here, I thought might as well.
Yeah, India and Israel get kind of. I don't think they get enough recognition. They've contributed far more than people would actually realise they've contributed to
Real-time
space
programs
exploration.
activated.
Science and all the rest of it in space and the moon and stuff. So yeah,
I did think when you go back and look inside, you know how we look at the NASA one and theirs was all they're all neat and tidy and all their computers are nice little fine benches, and I was thinking
looks a bit Spartan, doesn't it? A bit basic, but at least it's nice and tidy. Like you get some of the desks, you see there's like stuff everywhere.
Yeah,
laptops, bits of paper everywhere and stuff. Yeah. True.
Yes, and they had enough people for the launch, and so I thought, they're obviously ready to go. I know how passionate the Indians can get about things, so I can imagine.
Oh yeah, they get very excited. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And I think it's 2 minutes there. We'll just fast forward a bit. 1 minute, 40 seconds. Here we go.
30 seconds. Minus 30 seconds. Real-time programs activated. Minus 25 seconds.
L110 VSPP open.
I actually thought the image was quite clear. I thought it wasn't quite clear.
Yeah.
It was quite
Minus
good.
15.
Oop, birds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
Lift-off normal.
Here we have a majestic lift-off of LVM-3 M4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan 3
quite a nippy little lift off, isn't
tracking.
It is.
प्रज्वलन और सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन LVM-3 M4 रॉकेट का यह भीमकाय रॉकेट आसमान को चीरते हुए अपनी भयानक दहाड़ से चारों ओर कंपन उत्पन्न कर रहा है। इसे हम यहाँ महसूस कर सकते हैं और यही दहाड़ है जो वैज्ञानिकों को रोमांचित करती है। LVM-3 के उत्थापन के साथ ही हमारे अंतरिक्ष यान चंद्रयान 3 की चंद्रमा की यात्रा प्रारंभ हो चुकी है।
As the rocket is soaring through the clear skies, every second moving closer to the accomplishment of the most important milestone in its mission to moon. Every Indian witnessing the launch live is content with the feeling of watching history in the making.
Then I think they flicked to the
चंद्रमा की सतह पर अपना छाप छोड़ने के लिए चंद्रयान 3 अपने मिशन को पूरा करने निकल चुका है। वर्तमान में दोनों S-200 स्टेप-ऑन बूस्टर सामान निष्पादन करते हुए अपनी निर्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं।
S-200 motors thrusting simultaneously, generating a peak thrust of close to 6,000 kilonewtons in vacuum. They are made of HTPB-based solid propellant. 204.5 tons in each strap-on. Close to 2 tons of propellant being burnt each second.
S2 को सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है।
यह So they made it into orbit. So how long before they get to the moon, Matt?
Sorry, I was just talking to somebody there. Sorry, what was that?
How long till they get to the moon?
August the 23rd. Yeah, so 40-something days, 47 days, something like 48 days. Something like that, yeah. They're doing kind of ever increasing sort of elliptical orbits, ever sort of getting bigger and bigger orbits, burn at a time sort of thing. and then a final burn, and then ever decreasing orbits, elliptical orbits around the moon until they land again. Most fuel efficient way of doing it, so they don't have to carry quite so much fuel.
Okay.
So just the propulsion unit that's on the it's attached to the spacecraft, which detaches obviously before they land, does all that. Yeah.
So now I've asked you all the important science questions. How you been? You been good?
Yeah, been good. Yeah, been all right. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, sorry I wasn't with you. I was just kind of busy last week, stuff like that. So
okay.
yeah, that's why I wasn't with you during the week.
Had a quiet one on Wednesday, and yeah, I'm trying to make the Saturday ones a little bit more collective, because I think that's about the only day we can get together properly.
Yeah.
Both everybody's working hard now. Farmers got a.
You missed a bit at the end. You want to play the bit at the end where you see the separation?
Oh, I can do that. Sorry, yes, I did.
You can mute it because I was just talking during that point. I was just ending the stream, and it just happened just in time. So you can mute it. You don't want to hear me talking.
Real-time programs activated.
There you go. Right towards the end. Yeah, right at the end. You see the separation.
Must be in here somewhere.
But we can't see it at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just getting it ready. There we go.
All right.
Infographic.
Keep going a bit more, Yeah, play it from about there. That'll do from there. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about to come on. What is Matt saying?
Oh yeah. I hope you all can hear me. Can you just let me know in the chat if you can hear my voice? Okay.
Yep.
Oh no, just mute all that stuff.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Make sure I'm coming through.
Yeah, you're coming through.
Let me know if you can hear me. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, I can hear you, Matt. I just told you. Can't you? Oh, Matt.
Oh, we've got a Pink Floyd.
Can you hear me? Major Tom. Sounds okay, Raz. Thanks very much. Okay, well, I think audible. Great. I think I'm going to leave it there. We're not going to see a whole lot. I spoke too soon. Yeah. And then this happened.
Oh, there it is. Hang on.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
A few frames.
Bit low res, but
bit low res and a couple of frames.
Better than poking the eye with a shitty stick.
Yeah, exactly.
Zoom out so we can see it on the screen. So what makes it not smash to pieces when it lands on the moon?
Soft landing. What do you want me to tell you? don't hit too hard.
I'm just
as basic as you get.
No, just looking at
doing the programming correct.
No,
yeah.
Didn't you see the graphic at the beginning of it landing on the moon? Hang on. Hopefully I can find it. Or somewhere in there.
Well, I mean, you just keep slowing it down until it gets to a point where it's.
Yeah, but hang on. It was. Hang on. Oh, now I won't be able to find it. Yeah, there it is, somewhere there. So, okay, obviously they fly close to the moon. I won't put the sound back on, it's just, we had that before. Here it is, yes. Then they drop the box, right? And this is how it stops on the moon. You ready?
Oh no, that's a different thing altogether. It's not that. It's not that. No. That's just an experiment they're doing, I think.
Oh, good.
I don't know what, I'm not sure what that is. To be fair,
it was looking a little rough. I was thinking...
that was. I think that was from another probe or something they did.
Okay,
I believe something like that. I think. Yeah, no.
You know, this one has got landing legs and everything, and you know, retro engines to make it.
You can understand my concern.
A soft landing rather than it's the ground. I whether it would be friends with me.
Yeah.
Yes, that seemed to be the way it was playing.
It's like happened last time.
So I think this is the actual lady. I think they're.
Yeah, that's the one. I know you're messing about.
So pretty much exactly what NASA did for the Apollo mission then.
Yeah, it looks very similar, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does.
Apart from it looks like they might have a couple more engines on there.
Oh, it's got platform shoes.
It does. It's just so.
Yeah, little wrap comes out in a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's a tiny little rover inside it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're maybe not going to show that. I don't know.
Dumba. Ilsa. Hello. That's I thought this was interesting when when I first thought they dropped it, it looked like the solar panels go on the wrong side, but of course obviously they put the door back up after they drop it. Come on, shows it shortly. Yeah, that's the little rover.
Yeah, a little thing. It's only designed to the whole mission designed to last a couple of weeks or something.
Doesn't go very
Not
far
long.
from the lander.
No, not at all.
Yeah, half. Well, they call it a lunar day, as in when there's sunlight, which is 2 weeks.
Yeah, about a couple of weeks. Yeah.
I was going to say it doesn't leave tracks. Anyway, yes, very interesting.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, I just hope come August they have a successful touchdown this time, because that'd be a bit of a pisser if they go and do the same thing again.
Yeah, it would be a bit disastrous. I mean,
you go all that time, money, and effort, and then it lands, but then spreads itself all over the moon surface.
I think they'll still have a stab at it because they've got a whole program. They've got a whole manned space program all revolving around this. So it's all part and parcel of the whole program. So I think they would still keep trying it. I think until I mean they haven't got bottomless pockets, but still, I think they'll try again, even if it does fail again.
Yeah, no, like I say, I hope it works for them this time. That'd just be something else for Leo to go, ooh, pantomime.
Yeah.
I believe in demonstrable reality. No, you don't. You're an idiot who thinks the Earth is flat.
Oh, but he's not a flat earther, though.
Yes, he is.
I know he is. I know.
No, he is.
They just don't like admitting it anymore because finally,
that would
some
be
of them after
slander.
all these years have realised the social stigma that is attached to being a flat earther.
Yeah. Yeah, the globe skeptic or demonstrable realist or.
It's not flat. It's got mountains. Yeah. What shape is it? What shape is it then, Bev? Runs away.
I don't know.
The
I don't know
underlying large-scale shape.
Yeah.
Anything other than a sphere, obviously.
Well, whilst you all vote, regardless of what it's going to be, I've got a defective mug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like we're listening to Reddit. Why is people not jumping at Lindsay? I don't know. What's wrong with Lindsay Bingo?
Yeah. No, it's not. Well, yeah. What's right with Lindsay?
Well, it's like banging your head against the wall when we play Lindsay Bingo. You get to bang your head until you get bingo, and then you can stop. And then you feel bingo.
But what happens if nobody gets bingo?
People always get bingo.
And you have to watch the whole bloody thing.
Well, I'm getting a good 71% to listen to Reds so far. So it's looking.
So who is Red's Reddick talking to this time then?
Humble servant of God.
Oh God. Literally.
Does that change people's vote? Oh, suddenly the vote went down for Reds. Went back to Lindsay. Yes. It was so much so that Red even did a little short. But no, it was just because we are a little bit short of Derp to play this week, so I did come across Red's one. We shouldn't stop Lindsay. Well, it doesn't mean we're not playing. It's just what we're doing next. It doesn't mean we won't get to play Lindsay Bingo. Just pointing that out, people. It's just whether we do it now or do we do it later.
I'm gonna quickly join somebody in repairing a broken mug.
Okay, if you want to do that. Actually,
okay.
I was going to say, can I go against the vote? No, because I need more people to play.
No, you can't. There's going to be a riot or a rebellion on your hands.
Okay. Well,
mutiny.
how about I start? Red's ready. So.
We've all agreed that algebra itself cannot be corrupted. To go on from that, it sounds like, and you can correct me when I'm done making this
Can't see
statement
it.
here, it sounds like you have a problem.
It's okay. Not much to see.
With the way Kepler used algebra, i.e. he and the Freemasons came up with a way to twist algebra and present it to present a reality that's or present a results that are close to reality but don't describe it correctly. Is that what
Twist
you're getting?
algebra. How do you do that?
And if I can add to that, P-dubs, if you're okay with that?
Okay, so if that's the case, and Kepler has his version of algebra to describe reality, and it's false.
To use algebra, not to corrupt algebra.
I
to
said
use algebra to
And
deceive.
Are you repeating what I'm saying? I'm literally saying that right now. Kepler uses algebra to describe the world or the motions of the planets and stuff like that in a way that seems accurate but is actually not reality. He's using it to deceive us. That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's right.
What I'm asking, where's the real math? Where is the better math than what Kepler has? Who has that math? Which person, which scientist, which theologian, which guy on YouTube has that math better than what we have right now? What model?
I don't know.
Oh, so that model doesn't exist.
I don't think we have access to it. Are you familiar with George Orwell's 1984?
Wouldn't you say that's real convenient for your argument?
Are you familiar with George Orwell's 1984?
Your argument that the proof for your argument doesn't exist.
You're interrupting me.
You mentioned some sort of corruption within or with the use of Kepler's third law with algebra. I want to know, how do you know this? How do you know it's even corrupt in the first place?
Because I have a very good understanding these days of Freemasonry and the symbolism involved in Freemasonry, which is extremely important. And it's
so
very, very important.
Algebra is wrong.
Which part of the algebra do they use to deceive? Like how do they use it?
It's not symbolism in the algebra itself.
Right. No, I mean, so you're saying like the symbolism they
Your
use.
mind's made up already, P-dubs. I don't know what you're doing here.
Go for it. Keep talking.
What did he expect?
I don't
Did he
know.
think he was there to convince him otherwise?
I mean, pot calling kettle black there, but okay.
How, Red? Explain that.
Well, because let's see, I'm going to give you one clear example of this. You don't want to believe that the sun is 93 million miles away.
Not anymore.
And the reason why I know this is because even though the math works and it made an accurate prediction that we independently verified, you are going to a fallacious way of thinking to disregard it, which is poisoning the well and the genetic fallacy.
No.
Since Kepler was the first one to make the connection between a third and p to the second, therefore it must
MC
be wrong.
Toon is listening.
Oh, he is? Oh, fuck. Hi, MC Toon. Didn't see you there.
Hey, I've seen a couple of your videos, MC Toon.
Well, MC Toon, I'm going to ask you to not distract us with your awesomeness. We're gonna ignore you for a little bit. So anyway, let's just
I like to say,
where do you guys see him? I don't see us three in here. Is there other people that?
Well, it's because live chat. Anyway,
all I have to say is squirrel.
Yeah. So but given the fact that Kepler's third law made an accurate prediction, that for some reason is not good enough for you. And the only reason you're giving us that it's not good enough is, but the only reason you're saying that is because you think Kepler was a bad guy.
Well, he had a certain job to do, and he did it very well. And
You
that
mean
job was to deceive.
make a law that matched observations?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
he made
observations to fit
He made
the
a
new
law
story.
that matched observations, and
Observations made to fit the new story.
So he made observations that fit reality, and that's somehow evil.
Not reality, no. The reality was known for thousands of years before that.
You kind of slipped up. So you kind of slipped up there. I want to make sure we understand here. You just said yes to my question, which was, so Kepler was evil because he made observations that matched reality. You said
I
yes to
said,
that.
can you stop talking for a minute?
Oh, okay. As long as you give the same respect, sure.
Everything's got a qualification with you, hasn't it?
I know. You give what you get. Weird concept.
Yeah, you're a gaslighter. That's what you are.
Anyway,
You've
please
been
continue.
doing it for, it's actually been almost 10 hours or nine and a half hours.
We have another
we've been at this.
We have another 8 hours to go, so I hope you're not giving up yet.
And according to my international clock here, it's after midnight where you are. Is that right?
Oh yeah, 12:19, Florida.
Yeah.
Did you know that
look at
Florida is the official state of space and rockets and launches and shit? It's
I've
awesome.
been to Florida. I went to the Kennedy Space Center.
Excellent.
It was many years ago, and I loved it, and I thought it was all real at the time.
Well, when you come down to Florida, I'll take you to see a landing of a Falcon 9 rocket. Just you and me.
I
It'll
would
be my
love to
treat.
see that. I really would love to see
Can I ask
the
a question?
landings and the takeoff.
Hey.
Wait, did you know? Hang on, P-Dubs, I got to gloat here for a second. Did you know I recorded an unbroken launch landing of a Falcon Heavy rocket?
Well, I didn't see the landing one, but I saw the takeoff one.
I have an unbroken shot from launch to landing. It's fucking awesome. You should see it. Anyway,
I would love to see it. You should send me the link.
Actually, we can watch it together. But gloating aside, I just want to make sure I understand this. So if we are in agreement that Kepler made a law that matched reality, why are we automatically jumping to the conclusion that it's not useful?
Because it's deception.
How?
It's deception that was used to use algebra, which is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with algebra, but it's being used to deceive in this way. It was made by people like Kepler, who we don't even know. Honestly, we don't even know if he lived when we think he lived in the 1600s. We don't even know that because history has been changed. We do not even have our real actual history.
Cool, but I'm talking about the law. How is it deceiving me?
All of that is relevant because one of Kepler's jobs was to create mathematics that seems real, that matches reality to a certain degree, but is actually deception. It's very clever deception.
Where does it not match reality?
Yeah, where does it not match?
He's still not answering the question, is he? How? He hasn't answered it.
It doesn't match reality because we can the flat Earth stuff that I've seen so far matches the reality that we see.
I mean, Kepler's third laws wouldn't have anything to do with flat Earth stuff. I mean, this is motion of bodies we see in the sky.
His job was to change people's thinking on what the Earth was.
Okay.
For a specific reason.
On a kind of
specific reason.
You're making you're trying to poke a whole lot of holes in like the heliocentric or spherical Earth theory. Do you have any like concrete claims or facts or figures or measurements or anything that's at all verifiable or falsifiable about the flat Earth, particularly not like we see too far,
well, specifically about Kepler's third law?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I was kind of taking it broader, but it sounds like
it's better to take it broader.
Okay, well, I'll take it broader for a second, but it is Red's room, and he did start it to talk about your claims. Yeah. Did he not?
I'm trying to address what Red is saying about Kepler.
Yeah, I just all I want to know is where is the deception in the math? That's it. Just point to that deception, and we'll be good.
The deception is that the math matches what we can see, and it is still deception.
That is an amazing soundbite. Thank you. That is amazing. That is absolutely fucking amazing.
Deception is it matches what reality is.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I saw so much so that Red's made a short of just that little sound clip.
That's got to be the greatest thing I think I've ever heard in my life. Thank you.
He's thinking about it now.
Well, if I can just take it broader, and you don't really have to answer this, Humble. In fact, it might go off topic if you did, so maybe just think about it. Like, you're poking all these holes and inconsistencies you see in the heliocentric model. They don't match up, I guess, in somewhere in your head with what the flat earthers claim should be. Are there any concrete claims from flat earthers? Like, how far away is the sun? How large is the sun?
The big one for me was realizing when I first realized, like, holy shit, the fakery of NASA.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
The fakery of NASA is the big one that got me.
You don't have evidence of the fakery of NASA anyway, so that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking for positive proof of the flat Earth. Like a photo of the flat Earth.
Why are they lying to us?
No, we're not. I'm not asking why are they lying. I'm asking, you know that the Earth is flat, right?
Yeah, only for the last 2 years or so.
Okay, for the last 2 years, you've thought the Earth is flat, and there's people that have studied it longer than you, right?
Oh, sure, yeah, much longer than me.
Amongst all the information you've been able to gather for the last 2 years, have you gotten any concrete measurement of anything on the flat Earth? What?
The big thing that for me confirmed everything.
No, I'm not looking for a confirmed. I'm looking for what's the distance to the sun on a flat Earth model? What's the size of the equator on a flat Earth model? What's the?
Stop talking over me.
No, you're not giving me the answer. If you don't have it, just say I don't have it, because it doesn't sound like you do. You keep talking about how NASA lied, or how the big thing that opened your eyes was this. I
certainly understand that you don't want to talk about NASA.
No,
I understand that very well.
To the Earth, it's irrelevant to the shape.
Even you know that NASA is faking stuff, don't you?
Okay, great. NASA's one giant puppet show. I don't care. It has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth.
You know that.
Okay,
even you
the subject. Why can't you answer that?
Hey, Pete-ups. Time up for a second. Hey, humble servant. I'm going to give you everything. We're going to say that NASA is full of so much shit. It's like Fat Bastard ate some Taco Bell and flushed and clogged up the entire sewer.
You're just being sarcastic. You believe everything NASA says.
They're full of all the shit in the world.
What he's trying to say.
They're full of all the shit in the world. Now my question to you is, now that we have concluded that NASA's full of shit, what evidence do you have
concluded
for the flat Earth? I'm going to give you everything.
Have not concluded.
No, Humble, we don't need to. We didn't need NASA to know the shape of the Earth was round before NASA.
Yes, you did.
Hold on, Humble.
No,
it was taught to you from when
I'm
you.
not.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think that's going to go on and on and on. There you go. Don't you love that quote? I think even Blue wrote it out in the chat there. We've been deceived into believing what we actually see. Yes. Yes, that was a good one. I was going to put Paul on the spot. Paul, do you want to pick a quiz? Any quiz?
What do you mean?
You got a quiz?
I do.
Yeah,
I've got a music quiz, and I've got a can you beat Clive to the answer quiz.
So which quiz would you like to do first?
The answer quiz, yeah. A hard quiz, in other words.
Clive, you're going to be around for a while. Do we have to do your quiz first, or we do other one?
What's that?
I was just asking Clive if he's around, if he's still going to be around if we did the other one later, or whether we should do his first. But doesn't matter. Your choice, Paul. Go for it. Pick
All
it
right,
up.
we'll do this one. Let me get everything organised here.
Believe it or not, you can share even.
Slideshow from beginning. There we go. All right. Share screen. Here we go. All right. Can you see that?
We can.
Yes.
Okay. So the idea here is it's the Can You Beat Clive to the Answer quiz. And what will happen is that a blank box will come up like that, and I'll start piecing together a mathematical equation. You have to identify what the equation is and who invented that equation or who came up with that equation. All right. So
Right, I'll go and make myself a giant cup of tea at this point. Okay,
so here's your first symbol. Here's your first symbol for the first equation. Right.
Oh,
so
plus.
You're, you're probably not going to get what equation that is from here. All right. It's not Fleetwood Mac.
No, it's
right. So you get another one. You get an equals now.
Oh, that's very generous of you.
Yeah, that's very generous.
Just Satriani.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Euclid.
Get another one.
There you go.
All right.
B. We got a B.
Anyone, any idea what?
We have a B.
We have a B.
No. You have to put your thing on super fast, Clive. Catch up.
So,
no.
Should
so
we
far,
suggest that? Is
the first one is the other side of the A gonna? Other side of the plus gonna have an A in it? What's got a square in it?
Something square.
Well, there you go. Clive Wells, Pythagoras.
Oh, that would be my guess, yes.
Is he correct? Yeah.
A squared plus C squared.
Yep, I agree.
Yep. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Well done.
Yeah,
Pythagoras theorem from Pythagoras in 530 BC. Well done. All right. Okay, next one.
X squared.
No, it's not
X times
squared.
X.
It's an XY. It's an XY.
Yeah, it's something to the power of XY.
Not necessarily.
No, true. Because the plus is up there. So
there's a plus in there.
Yeah. Scale has been denoted.
You're getting equals now.
We're getting equals. Is it xy equals e to the power of x minus y? No, that wouldn't be right. No, I got nothing. Log x. Okay. Log x.
Gonna guess that x times y equals log x plus log y.
And that's exactly what it is, but I don't know what you call this. Distributive law or something.
It's just logarithms.
Yeah.
Oh, just logarithms.
Invented by John Napier in 1610.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go, Seth. And let's go back before Clive did, so he did well. So he got the formula eventually, Napier. Yeah. He's on a delay, so let's give him that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over d squared. Okay, what's over d squared?
Come on, this one's an easy one.
Oh, look.
Newtonian gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah. By a guy named Newton.
Newton.
Looking familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Newton's law of gravity, 1687. There you go. Yep. All right.
Ned got that out in the peanuts. So
this one's a quick one. This one's an easy one.
Equals. No, it's not. Well, something squared. That's not a lot to go by yet. Oh, we got an over. I think that's an over. Numerator, not a numerator. What do you call it?
You're doing horse impersonations, Timbo.
I'm trying. Like, I got in my head that's like it's called a denominator, but it's a negative. It's not a denominator. Yeah, okay. It's a -1.
I squared equals -1.
There you go. Nerdler did it.
Yeah.
Well done. I squared equals -1. Yep. Square root of -1.
Was it Cardinal?
Euler in 1750.
There you go.
Oh, there's a big fraction here.
Well,
there is a big fraction in this.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that's a line, so it must be Euclid. Okay. No. Okay. We're a long way off anything I've got. Lim. Or 1 IM, sorry.
No, limit.
Limit, is it?
1 IM.
But that looks like a 1
Not
to me.
1 IM. It's a.
That's something a flat earther would say, Timbo.
That looks
Jesus,
like a
Timbo.
1. That looks like a 1. 1 IM, right? Okay.
So is X approaching infinity or is it X approaching 0?
We're not there yet.
Oh, nerd alert. Well done.
Oh, derivatives.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it looking familiar now?
Yeah, now it does.
Yeah.
It is. It's calculus or derivatives from
Yeah.
Newton in 1668. Well done. Yeah.
Still looks like 1 IM. Okay, force has got something to do with this.
No, it's not force.
Oh, it's not force. Is that
No.
velocity, at least?
That's not velocity either.
Ah, what? I only deal with force and velocity.
And that's not energy.
It's Fever. It's a song by what's he, isn't it? Oh, that's right. We're not doing the song quiz. I don't know.
Well done, Clive.
Euler F plus V.
Yeah.
So what's
It's
that
the
one?
polyhedra formula.
Oh, I'd never got that one.
Bases minus edges plus vertexes equals 2.
We'd never got that one.
Yeah.
Well done, Clive.
You'll work for it.
Whoop,
All
that's
right.
a big one. Okay, there's an E in here. That's scary.
There's an E in here, yeah. There's a 1 in it too.
Yeah, one's up there, which means it's
The
probably
one's
something-
right up there, yeah.
Which means there's probably something underneath it.
Is that a 1 or an L?
It's an L.
It's a
an
1.
L. It's a 1. So that's does it? You tell me. Does that not look like a 1, or does that look like a? Okay. No, I don't know. G more generally forces. Edges. Oh, it's all squared. Okay. I think it's beyond me, this one.
This is a more complicated one.
Yeah. I have no idea what it has X minus. No, I don't think I've ever seen a formula I've used that has that in it. Geometric, obviously, so.
Not Coulomb's law. No.
Something to do with the motion, direction, velocity, rotational, anything, something circular.
Well done, Nerd Alert.
Normal
You have
distribution,
beaten
of course.
Clive to it. It is indeed what Nerd Alert said. It is the normal distribution by Gauss in 1810.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have to take your word for it. Well done, Nerd
Yep.
Alert.
Yep. Well done. All right, next one. That doesn't give away much yet, does it?
Horizontal equals flat Earth. That's what it is. No. Oh. U over. Yep. I'm not getting a lot in this one. There's a square in here. Again. Can't you cancel those two out? Like
The line horizontal or level. Oh, yeah.
At the moment, can't you cancel those two out? Because you got 2 and 2 on both. Oh no, you squared it. No, you can't cancel it. Oh, I don't know. Could have made it so much easier. Missing a minus sign. Well,
Yeah,
give
it
him
might have
time,
been.
Give him time. Give him time. It's just jumbled letters. Or something over time.
Not the heat equation.
Oh, C. C squared.
Rate of change of something squared over rate of change of time.
Yeah.
Sorry, rate of change squared over
the proportional distribution of the
There
rate
you
of the number
go.
of times.
Clive's got it now.
Wave equation.
It's the wave equation. Yes.
I thought it was going to be something to do with the distribution rate that Bev will use the word slander in one of his videos.
Yeah. That was the wave equation by Dale there in 1746.
Yes, the slander. Oh, this will be the slander equation.
Yeah. This is another one with that E in it.
Farmers, you nearly got me to spit tea there.
I said it as I was drinking my tea.
Yeah, but you knew what you were going to say, so you weren't going to laugh.
It's not like
Correct.
there's not
There is
a
a
fair number of
equation.
equations. Oh, got a delta x. Okay.
Yeah.
And infinity in there.
No, minus infinity.
Minus infinity.
Another limit coming.
Yeah, it's
There's another limit coming, yes. There is.
Is it 0 or positive infinity?
Yeah, good point, Fred. We should just ask Lindsay. He'll tell us.
Minus infinity to plus infinity.
So basically,
So we're going to integrate over quite a large area then.
What the is that? I haven't never seen that one. What's that? Anyone? I have no idea. Never seen it. Paul just made it up. Oh, and it's function 2. Integral, says Clive. Whoa.
Anyone know what this is?
No.
To be avoided at all costs.
There you go. Clive's got it. It's a Fourier transform from Fourier in 1822.
I thought it was how you calculated your TV tax in Britain.
All right. Yeah, here we go. Here's another one.
Ooh. Delta P.
There's an upside down triangle in there.
It is,
That's confused the hell out of me because a triangle means delta.
Yeah.
It is.
It is delta P, yeah. Plus.
Not delta P.
No. But the other way around it would have been.
Not really like that.
Means no change. Does upside down triangle mean no change? Oh, we've got a dot. We've got another dot. I have seen equations with these in it, but I don't know what this one is.
Clive says Bernoulli equation.
Not the Euler equation. No.
We've already had that.
Yeah, Clive said that one, but yeah, he didn't think it was that. Oh, another function at the end. I don't know what that one is, Clive.
Oh,
Whoa.
Bernoulli's equation.
And this is all inside something else. So we've got velocity time plus velocity. Well, I'm assuming that little v is velocity, but it could be wrong.
Pizza equation.
Pizza equation.
Two people came up with this. It's a joint effort between.
It has to have pi in it to be the pizza equation.
It's to do with the flow of fluids.
Flow equation.
Starting one dude starts with N and the other dude
Navier
starts
Stokes, yeah.
Navier-Stokes. That's the one. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. The Navier-Stokes equations. Yeah. From 1845.
I don't use that.
These ones are easy. You'll get these ones. Does that give you enough clues?
What, did you just sling symbols at the screen and see where they stuck? You know.
This is the double slit experiment with equations. Oh dear. There's 4 equals in here. Wow. What does that mean? 2 dots and 2 crosses.
Dot products and cross products.
Yeah. Come on.
Is this the Faraday's equation? Is it Faraday's equation?
Not Faraday's equations. No.
It's let there be light, isn't it?
There
Maxwell's
you go.
equations.
No,
That's who I was after.
Maxwell's equations. They're the ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Let there be light.
Yeah. Maxwell's equations from 1865. Yeah. All right. This one's a simple one. Not many symbols in this one.
That's
There's only
that's
4
equation
symbols in
for
it.
flat Earth intelligent. Oh no, you fricked it.
4 symbols, wasn't it a Led Zeppelin album? Was that a Page and Plant album?
IQ equals 0 is the Flerf equation. Yeah. There you go. Noodle got it. Second law of thermodynamics. It is.
There you go.
From Boltzmann in 1874. All right. This is another quickie. Another easy one.
E equals MC squared.
Well done, Timbo. There you go. From Relativity, Einstein in 1905.
I knew you had to put that in there somewhere.
All right, now here's one that a lot of people won't know. Let's see if anyone can get this one.
The sun's shining and it's raining. Typical.
Oh, that looks familiar. And it's not coming to me. Someone will get it, because if I can recognise it, someone else is gonna. That's from the last question, George. Yeah. H equals minus. It's not looking familiar anymore.
There you go. Well done, Nerd Alert. It's the Shannon entropy. Well done. Shannon information entropy from Shannon in 1949.
Never heard of her.
Yeah. And that was it. That's as far as I got.
Ah,
I did
well
have a
done,
few
Paul.
more, but I sort of ran out of time. But there you go.
I've got
that
one
was
for you.
something a bit different, eh?
I've got one for you, Paul. I got one for you. Okay. I'll just put it over on there. Can you see my screen? You might have to make it bigger. See the video? Now that's not the whole one. Oh, is it going to let me make it bigger? No, I'm going to have to go back here. Hang on a sec. Let me make it bigger. I'll show almost all of the equation. Okay. What's this equation? Anyone? L is length, if that helps. And I'm going to make it a little bit easier. Sorry, I have to switch out to do this. I'll give you the rest of the equation. Okay, so what's that? And Paul,
Yeah.
what's one of Australia's greatest sporting moments? Particularly
Greatest
known,
what?
Sporting moments, particularly known. Let me give you say Bob Hawke as a clue.
I'm not really into sport that much.
Yeah, you don't have to be into sport to know this one. And if no one comes to work, what are they, Paul?
Oh, okay.
Yes, Paul knows what it is now. That is the formula for a 12-metre yacht. So,
for how fast it will go?
No. When they say a 12-metre yacht, that's the formula for deciding if it's 12 metres or not.
Yeah, it doesn't actually have anything to do with the actual real length of the boat.
I'll just make that bigger because... Yeah.
Don't you just put a tape to it?
No, you don't. It's got nothing to do with that.
How long is it? Hang on a minute. We'll see.
Just let this zoom out and come back. So this is the
You're a bit quiet, Tim, by the way.
Oh, am I? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So just zooming out. So this is to define a 12-metre race. You class 12 metres. You have to go the waterline length by the beam length by the chain girth, divided by the girth of the chain girth, and then by the sail area, and then the freeboard area, and that's how you get a 12-metre boat. which is why some of the 12-metre boats are catamaran, some were long, and we had every boat was different, which was a big deal in 12-metre yachting. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting formula.
Oh, I thought it was something to do with, because I know if you want to calculate how fast a ship can possibly go, there is some formula that's quite dependent on length, isn't there?
Probably, yes. No, it's one of the
or
weird...
rather, should I say, hull length compared with beam.
It's one of the weird yachting classes that has this very complicated formula, but they are quite literal. So some boats were massive, some boats were small. As long as they met that 12 metre, they could 12. The actual lengths had nothing to do with it. Yes, lots and lots of dollars, and of course, everyone in Australia was really interested in 12 metre yachting until we beat the Americans, and then no one cares about it anymore here. Once Australia 2 beat the America's Cup, that was it.
Yeah, it was kind of like an ongoing challenge for the Australians to beat the Americans.
Oh, well, everybody.
Donkey's years, and then once they've done it, it's kind of like, oh, nobody cares anymore. It's been done. It's a bit like going to the moon, you know. In the 70s, you didn't care anymore. You know, that was it. Game over.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have we got? Will we do a bit of Lindsay Bingo now? Clive is dying for some Lindsay Bingo.
No.
He says. I can see you're very excited about that prospect of doing Lindsay Bingo. Hang on, let me post this up here. So, get in there. I'll post it in here. Just remember, when you got bingo, you can call a stop to Lindsay if you really want to. Or you can, if you really want to, I'll even allow you to ask for more Lindsay if you really want to, but somehow I don't think that's going to be happening. So let me know when you're ready. I'll give it out in the chat.
Hang on, I've just got to generate a card for each of my screens.
As many options as possible. That's okay, you can do that. I'm not going to object.
I want to be able to call bingo again and just call a halt to the whole shebang, you know.
So what are you doing that?
Well, I could call bingo and completely lie. I haven't got it at all.
Yeah, we would ask.
It's like to call him bingo if you can't prove it.
You'd have to tell me what words you
Well,
got.
I've never been asked to prove it any time. Or anybody else.
Yeah,
I was the first time.
Well, I'd ask you to send me the link for your card, and I'd check. Because we can't do that.
Oh, okay. But by then the video stopped anyway, so you might as well just carry on. It's fine.
Yeah, but I could see what you've crossed out and what you haven't. You see, so.
Okay.
Sorry, Bab.
Bingo. Oh, sorry, it's started yet.
I'll just point out that it's easier to play when we're not talking over the top of Lindsay and we can hear what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Look,
But why break a habit of a lifetime, Blue? Why can't we just carry on doing like we've always done and talk over every video?
Yeah. Okay, I'll be back after a while.
We are supposed to do that sort of stuff to make it compliant with copyright, aren't we?
No, it doesn't mean you have to talk over it. It means you pause it and talk, and then play it again.
Right.
Mm.
But,
that's the Timbo problem.
It is,
you know.
But see, some people were
Not me
complaining that Lindsay was taking too long, and if we kept pausing, they were getting upset at it. So,
yeah, true.
Yeah, but mind you, with Lindsay Bingo, you have the opportunity for us not happening. So, he's got a couple of revisited ones. We don't want to do that. How about all roads lead to Rome? We might do that one. About 24. Okay. We already go. We've got our cards. Whoops, sorry. Got to get my card so I can tick it off. Come over here.
I think you've still got him muted, haven't you?
I do, but I haven't got my card yet either. So, where'd my card go? Oh no, I can't do it without my card. Sorry, 2 secs. I've lost my card. I had it ready to go. Generate card. I'm all good. We're all good. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay. Let's go. Unmuted. Mind you, it'd be very hard to play Lindsay Bingo if I left him on mute, wouldn't it?
Welcome everybody, welcome to the Tomb of Illumination. Everything is about the realm we live in and understanding
straight up
it as the flat realm as described in the Bible and all ancient philosophy, religions, myths, legends, specifically what the especially what the ancient Egyptians have left us.
Oh, good day.
So if you like my content, please put a likes up and subscribe. And I've recently started a Patreon page where I'm hoping to gain 100 people signed up so I can reveal the ultimate secrets of our realm. I've shared a lot of information over all the videos I've done, and like I'm about to speak of, as in Rome, all roads lead to Rome. It's all culminated.
No, they don't.
And I've got it all ready to go, but I'm waiting to get 100 people signed up on my Patreon page to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, I have to keep the information and put it in books. That's a long process, and you run the problem with plagiarism or
well, how could it be
maybe
true?
someone not wanting to print it, which is what this Eric DeBay's got a problem with now. His publishers are writing him off. Somehow they're all connected with Freemasonry and they don't want the secrets out there. So I have to work around the skirts of my information from now on to put up on my YouTube site because I want to keep the most mind-blowing information to my Patreon site. Sorry to say. But it's only $3.50 American base rate. If you can pay more, all the better. If I actually started earning any money, you know, more than what I require to service myself, I can use that money and I can create the whole model like a stellarium.
Could do that without it.
I mean, a small model would cost like $20,000-$30,000, but I can get one of those made as a replica.
What?
You know, something to show people initially, but then I could get some. Maybe I can get some capital, get some government funding. I don't know for an actual place people can go, walk in and experience what's really happening with the stars at night.
New Zealand government
The motion of the stars, everything. I know it all. I can create it. I'm just wondering whether the tropical gap
Ooh, tropical cat.
As a factor, whether
Tropical cat.
I'm going to need that, but I don't think so. I've done a video on a fish bowl, and it'll work that way. So I'm pretty sure it'll work. So yeah, so if you feel inclined to donate a little bit of money once a month, that would be good. But this video, I don't know how this came about. Just like I say, trying to find my way to skirt around the perimeter without revealing the big secrets. And we came to this.
Rome.
Just Rome. Understanding the word Rome and our history.
Hey.
It's all fake. Our history is all, I don't know how to describe it. It's real, but it's not real. Because everything in our realm down in the physical world resembles the non-physical creation. So when you get the mindset like I am, and I know what's up and what's down, you get stuck getting confused. Well, is it real or not? Because I know everything up there, and I know we replicate everything down here. So did it physically happen down here in our realm? Or is it just theory or, information that's come from the past?
Yeah,
it didn't really happen. But I'm going to try and guide you through all this information, okay? So if you go back to Rome, the creation of Rome, Romulus and the other dude, it's about the duality again, the two brothers. That's one part of the story. But just taking the word Rome itself, because you can break all these words down. Doesn't matter what language, but they come from many. Look,
it does.
Many. It should be words, not words. Are scattered in many languages: Hebrew, Latin, Sanskrit. German comes from Sanskrit. Yet the other European countries are more Latin. You got Old Norse. See, Roman, Old Norse, calm, rest, tranquility.
Is that close enough to Norse mythology?
Rome,
yeah, I think so.
Rome means rest plus man.
Yeah.
Man at rest. Rome, man roams in this realm till he finds rest and inner peace, the inner sanctuary, his holy place, and that is in his temple, his Jerusalem. Then you've got Solomon's temple. It's all connected with the human mind. This roaming is also celestial. As above, so below. Understand that the stars doing circles or circuits or cycles are roaming until they find you at your place of rest. Then the magic takes place. This hour will be the hidden door entrance into the underworld you are to search for in this physical captivity. The stars wandering are waiting for you. In other words, all roads lead to Rome. Your passage home. The gates will be opened and will not be shut. This represents the narrow path that is your 1 hour only. Your yellow brick road / path back home to the Father.
The yellow road wasn't
it's all spiritual, it's of the mind. And when you understand that nothing's physical in this world anyway, you start to grasp your mission here in this world, in this realm.
It's pretty physical to me.
To find your way back home. You could say we're fallen angels, but I'll do another video on what does angels mean? What are the fallen angels? What does that mean? So come here, Jerusalem. What does the word Jerusalem actually mean? Meaning is the unification of male and female aspects in our realm, which are the two names united by God.
Please, for fuck's sake, say Vortex and Milky Way.
The sacrificed male
Taurus
and
field,
Shalem, the feminine.
I think Taurus field would cover
aspect
both.
that brings peace and the place of rest to the man. Basically, the seventh part.
Did you say Taurus field then?
When you understand all this, it's all going to come through my Patreon page.
No.
So I looked up to see what they had about Jerusalem. So I'll read it out and explain these things to you. Jerusalem, blah, 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 situated on a plateau in Judean mountains. Now, this is where I'm going to explain what's with the mount and the mountains and the jewel, two mountains. Okay, so we're going to come later. Between the Mediterranean and the Dead Sea. is one of the oldest cities in the world and is considered to be a holy place for three major Aramaic religions, Jerusalem, Christianity and Islam. Both Israelis and Palestinians claim Jerusalem as their capital, as Israel maintains its primary governmental institutions there, and the state of Palestine ultimately foresees it as its seat of power. Because of this dispute, neither claim is widely recognised internationally. Well, your holy place is not down here in the physical world, so all that, everything you see in the Middle East is all flipping common man's violent tendencies, okay, and beliefs. Because we're looking for that one up there. We're looking for that place, that path home, and it's not laid down here and flipping stones and cement by the contractor down the road, okay? It's up there. Your pathway home is through here, up there.
No, it's not.
Seek and you shall find. You have to be in the right place mentally, and that's being at rest. Now, what have we got here? Throughout its long history, Jerusalem has been, I was going to forget all that. It's just rubbish history, rubbish.
Yeah, just skip all that.
According to the Hebrew Bible, King David conquered the city from the... It's all made up stuff. All of the imagination. Nothing of interest, really. Keep going down. Okay, etymology of Jerusalem, okay? The name Jerusalem is variously etymologized to mean foundation, Semitic, Yoi, which is Y.
He's reading off the Wikipedia page because I've got
to lay a cornerstone. Yeah. You are seeking, okay, to find. And then you got the cornerstone. I've done earlier videos talking about the cornerstone the builders rejected. That's the corner of the zodiac symbol that you missed out on during your 9 months of incubation. Okay. Of the god Shalom. To lay a cornerstone, in brackets, of the god Shalom. The god Shalom was thus the original tutelary deity of the Bronze Age city. Shalom and Shalem. So I could have Shalom. I never looked too deep into it, but there's the male and female aspect, okay? Excuse me, no matter what they want to call it.
It's got to be in there somewhere.
Was the name of the god of dusk in the Canaanite region. So even the word Canaanite, you've got to understand that could be another video. But just look at this here. Canaanite. What does it sound like in English? Canaanite. And then you start going into, well, this whole event happens at night. And then you start going to the round tables of the night. All the round rotations of the two separate sky rotations. There's the round tables. The round table of that night. And on that night, within your hour, is the time.
Oh, dear.
The Canaanite region. That spot, that Canaanite region,
it says
your hour, whose name is based on the name root SLM, from which the Hebrew word for peace is derived. Shalom in Hebrew, cognate with Arabic shalom. The name thus offered itself to etymologization, such as the city of peace.
Not shalom.
What did I say? At rest, at peace.
He can't
rest,
read.
Tranquility.
No.
The city of peace. Abode of peace, dwelling of peace, founded in safety, or vision of peace in some Christian authors. The ending ayim, A-Y-I-M, indicates the jewel. Talked about the jewel system of Aram enough times, haven't I? Thus leading to the suggestion that the name Yeshu Layim refers to the fact that the city initially sat on two hills.
Just need to expand enough.
I'm going to go into the two hills. That's the big secret, okay? It's all to do with columns, white, linen, prison cells, as in your white cells in your body. They're white and they're cells.
What?
It's all connected. And, lifting the veil, the net, the white veil, revealing her face, all that. Ancient Egyptian sources. The execration of text of the Middle Kingdom of Egypt, which refers to a city called variously translated as Rush Raman, may indicate Jerusalem. Alternatively, the Mana letters of Abdi Hiba, 1330s BCE, which reference as Jerusalem, may be the earliest mention of the city. It's all about breaking down these words and what they mean. Anyway, I haven't done that.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
Hebrew Bible and Jewish sources. The form Yerushalayim or Yerushalayim first appeared in the Bible in the book of Joshua. According to a midrash, the name is a combination of two names united by God. Yehir, the abiding place, and the name given by Abraham to the place where he planned to sacrifice his son, and Shelem, peace, place of peace, the name given by high priest Shem.
I need equilibrium now.
Oldest written mention of Jerusalem. One of the earliest extra-biblical Hebrew writings of the word Jerusalem is dated to the 6th or 7th century and was discovered in Kerbel Beit Leah near Gunrin in 1961. The inscription states, I am Yahweh my God, thy God. Yahweh thy God. I am Yahweh the God. What does that sound like? I am the way. And it's written plenty of times, isn't it? Yahweh, I am the way.
That's not what
you go through. I am the way. You go through yourself. I will redeem Jerusalem, bring back my holy place, or unveil the holy place, or as other scholars suggest, Yahweh is the God of the whole earth. Well, it is over the whole earth because the whole earth is like a brain, and we are connected to it because with our brain, all the information's out there. You just have to find it. Seek and you shall find. The mountains of Judah belong to him. The mounts, okay?
Yes, I did, Clive.
You find there's a few countries around the world that have this mount. Like Greece.
And it's Lindsay.
What's that city called? Athens, is it? Where they've got the mount. They've got all the pillars, the old monuments up on the mount. So you've got this lower level, then you have this higher level, understanding the mount. Then you have the mount in Jerusalem. You have Solomon's temple story. It's the two, okay? And I put a few hints in the past videos. I will accept the cities of Judah and I will redeem Jerusalem. Or as other scholars suggest, Yahweh is the God of the whole earth. The mountains of Judah belong to him, to the God of Jerusalem. An older example on papyrus is known from the previous cities. So you could say the mountain of Judah belonged to him. He who has woken up will know. In extra-biblical inscriptions, the earliest known example of the Ayim ending was discovered on a column about 3 kilometers west of ancient Jerusalem, dated to the 1st century BCE. Column, because it's all connected to columns. Did you know in the human brain there's a lot of columns? I saw a picture of it. I haven't found it since. I mentioned this in the previous video.
That's because there isn't.
Because it's all connected to all the columns you see and all those ancient Greek monuments.
No.
Roman monuments, temples.
Temple on the side of
Jebus, Zion, city of David. An ancient settlement of Jerusalem founded as early as the Bronze Age on the hill above the Gihon Springs was, according to the Bible, named Jebus, called the Fortress of Zion, Metsudet Zion, in brackets. It was renamed as the City of David and was known by this name in antiquity. Another name, Zion, initially referred to a distinct part of the city, but later came to signify the city as a whole, and afterwards to represent the whole biblical land of Israel.
Come on, takes man.
I think they're sort of hinting at reunification, uniting the two, become whole, become singularity in this dual world. That's what we have to seek out, singularity. And that singularity comes about by the male and the female entity within the man. This is what
the said dual world. Is that duality? Can we say duality?
Yeah, the behemoth.
He said dual
The goat with the breasts, male and female.
Close enough.
He comes as a goat, as a Capricorn. All in the physical world is a Capricorn. But he was conceived as a ram, Aries. No. That's 9 months later, isn't it? Okay? That's what that behemoth thing's all about. I'm not saying that right, am I?
No.
Bophet or something. Always forget. Greek, Roman and Byzantine names. In Greek and Latin, the city's name was transliterated Hierosolium. Greek, blah, blah, blah. In Greek, sorry, got the window open for traffic noise, means holy. Although the city was renamed Alia Capitolini or something, for part of the Roman period of history.
Did he just say Candellini?
Mention all these other words, so I'm not going to go into that. Don't need to go into that.
Doesn't help.
I can show you something here that just
all
came in
all I
today,
need
which
is
is
sun.
mind-blowing.
Just give me sun.
He said sun.
To me, it's showing us.
Did he?
that-
Bingo then.
He said sun. And
Bingo then.
and just to pull it out to Clive Wells, Lindsay made it quite clear earlier. Sun, S-O-N, and S-U-N were the same thing. So.
Oh, right, okay. I didn't catch that one. In which case, then bingo. I'll give you my link.
So,
I haven't
there we
cheated
go.
on.
We've got a bingo. I'm calling bingo for you. It's getting really.
There you go. There's my link.
Yes. Where's your list? Where's your link? Hang on.
It's okay. We believe you. You know.
I'm not going to argue it. I can tell you that.
Because he was trying to say Kundalini. I could tell he was saying Kundalini.
There you go.
There you go.
So, you've got that. I was hanging out there because I had. I'll show you mine. I had just had to get expand.
Oh yeah.
Or equilibrium, and if you got torus field, I would have got both in one go, and I would have.
Oh yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So anyway, didn't happen.
Yours doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as mine, Timbo.
Okay, post your. Oh, there we go. Hang on.
Triple gap, place the rest, triple gap, and chips.
I've got one for when I'm watching Bev again.
Have you?
It's only got one word.
It's got one word.
Yeah.
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Stand up, stand up.
Stand up.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Bev, please get it right. It's not slander, it's libel.
Yeah, libel.
Yeah.
Because it's recorded in a fixed recording.
Oh, it's verbal. That's slander.
No,
libel is written.
Blue. It doesn't have to be written. It doesn't have to be written. It has to be published. And so a video is published and therefore is libel, not slander. It's all defamation anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but the point of it is he's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. He's wrong about it.
We keep calling him a liar because he is a liar, and we can't ruin his reputation because he hasn't fucking got one, except for being a liar.
Yeah, it's not slander. It's not libel if it's true, is it?
If it's true, yes.
Correct.
Well, there you go. Well, do we want to have something almost reasonable? Well, I'm not saying it's not reasonable, but since we're talking about Bev, this is Flat Earth Math response 3.1 to Bev and the Level Thinking crew. So, if you want to go grab a cup of tea while we listen to this, go for it.
The Try Thinking on the Level crew, round 3.1, answer to the math challenge. So this is just going to cover the math challenge, specifically the answer to the math challenge. And I started by reviewing slope, which is rise over run, and I identified this slope as 1/3, and Bev had something to say about that. The slope of this graph is 1/3. If you draw a perpendicular line...
Slope is 1/3. It's 1/3.
Well, actually, it's 1/3.
And that's somehow different than 1/3.
If you were to ask what's the slope of this line...
He did. He's a fucking idiot. It's not 1/3, it's 1/3. Go on, you write 1/3 without writing 1/3.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, 0.33333333.
Not close enough, Blue. Sorry.
Not close enough. No.
It's got to be exact.
0.3 with a dot above the 3.
Put 3 recurring.
Yeah,
just
put a line above the 3.
Yeah.
There you go.
The rise is 2 and the run is 1. What would you say, Bev?
It's not 1/3, it's 1/3.
I would say the slope is 2. Now, if you said 2/1, that is not wrong. It's descriptive. But the value of the slope is 2. It's a number. All right? Also, I reviewed that the perpendicular is called a negative, or mathematically, it's the negative reciprocal. We're going to cover that a little bit later. So this, if the slope of this line is 1/3, then the perpendicular slope would be -3. So the math challenge was starting with the function y equals x squared. What's the slope of the graph, or is it impossible? And what's the slope perpendicular to the graph, or again, is it impossible? And the reason why I'm covering these things is because folks on the level Try Thinking seem to indicate that you can't measure angles to a curve, and that you certainly can't find a perpendicular to a curve. Well, we'll see if it is possible.
It would be awfully difficult for me then.
Now,
to
I was I was looking forward to your response, Bev, but you just punted. You went straight for the answer key. Bev, I look forward to your discussion of these ideas on your show, and for all non-Glober viewers of this video, please feel free to share your answers in the comments.
Let's have a look. Exempt.
What's he trying to get at with that?
Don't know. Rise over run,
You're an
really,
idiot.
but then he's got a graph with a curve and the slope between 2 points. As you can see, the slope between 2 points changes on a graph like that. So
you just wrote some random.
What's the
for
slope
the
at any point?
flirts, the slope of
fucking goals,
x
isn't it?
equals y equals x squared is 2x. Look. So nobody needs to worry about that. It's been answered for everyone. It's 2x. Obviously variable, but I mean, let's call it 2x. Somebody in the chat.
It's variable, but it's 2x.
I don't know if anybody else has put anything.
No, you can't have anything stronger than T. You have to suffer like the rest of us.
Yeah, nobody else is bothered about that. So
It's like enough in the
look
day that I
forward
can
to
start
our
drinking
discussion,
alcohol, surely.
I was going to say, technically, the sun is well over the yard arm by now. At least summer.
I'm not sure that's got to do with anything. So we'll just move on.
Yep.
Fuck it.
So it was funny. It says, I wanted to see your discussion, and then you're like, well, let's see what others think, and then you scrolled right to the answer key. That was not really what I was going for. But it'll be really interesting to see what they do with this. Can you find the slope of a curve? Because there have been several other videos. Blue Marble Science had one, just a couple days ago. Petey literally dropped one today where he literally covered, y equals x squared, and then and so I don't know how closely the
I'm gonna say now the slope of a curve or the slope of a point on a curve is ridiculous.
Yes, and he showed that you cannot measure angle to that curve. And
No, he's done another
that.
one. He's done another video, PT has.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, again, I'm not taking it on. He thinks it'll be something that, well, it's up to anybody else. They can take it on if they want, but I mean,
At
I'm
least
not
it's
taking
only
on
wine.
a slope of a curve.
Just white.
It sounds
Too early in the
ridiculous
day
to
for
me.
Mr. Vodka to come out.
Farmers, are
It's
you whining
actually
again?
not ridiculous, and we'll figure it out on paper together. I'll answer the question of what's the slope of this graph and the slope perpendicular to the graph without using calculus, just the definition of slope plus a little algebra. Okay, so here we have our graph of y equals x squared. And the problem is that what if we were to try to graph a sample slope? So what if we were to, I don't know, pick the point, 1, 1, 2, 4, and we could try to connect that with a line, but this line is actually a secant, right? It hits the curve in two spots, but that's not exactly the slope of the curve. But what you could do is maybe if you made something slightly parallel to that, maybe that slope is the slope of the graph at that point. But I don't know. That's not very helpful for other points. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out a better solution. So one way of doing this is to return to the definition of slope, which is rise over run, or change in y over change in x, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? And what if we were to just pick a sample x? All right, let's just pick some value x. All right, some value x. Well, what would be the y value? So using function notation, so this value x, that would actually just be f of x. All right, so this is the point x comma f of x. All right, that's that point. And then what if we were to go to the right h units? All right, h units. So our x value would be x plus h. And what would our y value be? Well, that would be f of x plus h. Again, x plus h is the input into the function. And so what if we were to figure out the slope between those 2 points? Again, this is a secant. But what is the slope? Well, the y values are f of x plus h, that's the second y value, minus the first y value, which is f of x. And this is all over, what's our second x value? That's x plus h, minus our first x value, which is x. All right, and this is called the difference quotient. Now, you'll see in the denominator, this x and this minus x cancel out. So this is called the difference quotient. All right. Now, in this particular example, our function is x squared. So f of x plus h is going to be x plus h quantity squared, minus the original function, which is x squared. And this is all over h. All right. So now here's where we have to do a little bit of algebra. X plus h quantity squared, well, that's x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus x squared. That was the x squared originally. And this is all over h. All right. And again, we can cancel some things out. We have an x squared here, minus x squared here. And you'll see in this numerator that h can be factored out. So we can rewrite that numerator as h times the quantity, 2x plus h, all over h. And now these h's cancel out. So we find that the difference quotient to be 2x plus h. That is our difference quotient. And this difference quotient is really the slope of the secant, as you go h units past x. All right. So what if h were to get smaller and smaller and smaller? Well, we can take what's called the limit. We could find, and let's use another color, we could find the limit as h approaches 0 of this difference quotient. And what is that limit? Well, if 2x plus h is the difference quotient and h is approaching 0, that limit is 2x. And that is our final answer. So just imagine on this graph, imagine h getting closer and closer and closer to x. So if h got infinitely close to x, this line would perfectly have the correct slope for that given point. So the slope is actually 2x. Now the second part, and we're going to go over a couple examples with this, but the second part is the perpendicular slope. And perpendicular slopes are negative reciprocals. So what is the negative reciprocal of 2x? That's negative 1 over 2x. So that is the perpendicular slope. All right. So why don't we illustrate this a little bit? So here I've already written in, since the slope is 2x, at x equals 1, the slope is going to be 2. At x equals 2, the slope is going to be 4. Same thing with negative 1, negative 2, slope is negative 4. And what's the slope at 0? At x equals 0, that's going to be 0.
Just before I get going, does anyone mind if I skip forward a little bit?
No.
I'm getting a few shakes. I think I'll come back to see how many of you are still awake. I'm not saying it. It just, obviously, I can't see Bev following any of this. So, Does he go on? No, I think his math is just way beyond. Yeah, Masika gets going on. And then he talks about the same thing. So, yeah. Oh, there you go. Paul, are you awake?
I am.
You am. I think.
He's awake.
I think it's time for a music quiz.
Righto. Yep. Just pouring myself a drink of iced tea.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Thinking caps on.
Yeah.
Righto.
I know that what Flat Earth Maths put in there was actually quite good, but honestly, I can't see anyone in the room who was.
I always said to farmers,
needing that instruction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always said to farmers, you can't have a drink. Don't tell me what to do. I'll have a drink. So we did.
I've tried to make this music quiz a bit harder for farmers.
There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What, something
So we've got all the
that's
big
not British or the
Croatian
80s?
This one, have we?
Quickly, Matt.
Oh, I don't know most of these. I don't know most of them.
Copy the screen down. Just
No,
Possibly.
I don't know.
No, oh God, there's not a lot of rock in there, is there?
No.
I can safely say there ain't a lot of rock or heavy metal in this one. Christ.
No.
Yeah, I might be struggling with this one, guys. I'll tell you.
So would I.
This is not the sort of stuff I generally listen to. I don't think.
All right, here we go then. You'll see how evil I are with this one.
Oh, bloody hell.
No.
Yeah, you take the piss now, ain't you?
What? He is. What language is this?
I know which of those is bloody singing, but I couldn't tell you what it is. And I can't even remember their names.
Yeah, definitely not bloody English. This, where it is, Spanish or something. I don't know.
Oh, come on. You still should be able to figure out what song it is.
Should I?
Yeah.
How? With that?
Well,
how?
Dora's got it.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yes.
It's the Macarena.
The Macarena.
Oh, the Macarena. I wouldn't
There
have.
you go.
I would not. The only
Well
bit I know
done,
out of that is
Dora.
Macarena.
Yeah, she even got the name of the group, Los Del Rio.
The Macarena. That's all I would know.
All right.
Macarena.
This
Yeah.
one's got some choice words in it too.
Bye, do
Sure it
bye.
has.
Bye, do bye, bye, do bye.
I can just sit back and enjoy my drink. Bollocks to it.
That's right attitude.
Hopefully next week you'll have some decent
Come on,
music,
Timbo.
mate.
Timbo usually spends the time mumbling words
That's
that
fine.
might fit. Come on, Timbo.
Well, that's what I'm doing. That's going.
Booty, 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 booty.
It's going to be like bye do bye. Bye.
There you go. I wasn't far bloody wrong. Look.
And Dora comes through again. Well done,
yes.
Dora.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the words.
See, if I did know this, I wouldn't
Even
bloody
Clive
admit
got it. Come on. And Hanson. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
Must say, this is a nice drop of wine. Yeah.
Is that everybody? Everybody, maybe?
Everybody, yay!
You, you, no. Yeah, no. Right, yeah. Let's run, not run. Rain. Rain. Your.
Well done, Nerd Alert.
Baby.
Nerd Alert's got
Yeah.
it. Everybody, yeah,
Back-
by the Backstreet Boys.
Boys, yes, of course. Mm.
Everybody, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I can just put words in there. Other people get the songs.
Everybody. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Rock your body. Yeah, yeah.
Utter garbage.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think the clue is in the last
Holy
line there, but I'm
crap.
just trying to get it.
Another one.
Shield something. Shield? No. Shilala. Not love. Everything I do.
Sha-la-la-la. Come on.
Shalala.
Yeah, shalala, exactly. Yeah.
Not love. Everything I do. Doing on you? Oh no.
Doing on you.
Just,
all right.
It's just. It's just. No, sure. It just doesn't fit. Oh. I don't know who that is.
Who's she?
I recognise her, but I don't know who she is.
I don't.
I know the face.
Not loves everything I do.
Dora, don't go agreeing with me when you know who all these gits are.
Bingo boys. Bingo boys, a little crush, apparently.
Well, I will start thinking about the firm.
Oh yeah, the Jennifer Page is the person. Yeah,
Jennifer Page is the person. Yep, that's right.
Who?
Rush.
Yeah,
Jennifer Page.
Jennifer Page.
Never heard of her.
Careful.
No, not familiar with that.
10 seconds. Not even 10 seconds.
Yeah, you might. You'd be able to get away maybe about 5 seconds. That's about the height of it.
Lovey boy on. No.
Oh, don't, Dora. I'm getting this at work at the moment.
In my love is my.
Where I sit with her all young enough to be my bloody kids.
Song, be my song, and a little bit of.
Oh,
this is
number 5.
Yeah, Turing test and Dora knew.
Yeah, Mumbo number 5.
Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega. Yeah, well done,
A little
Peanuts.
bit of Monica in my
Yeah.
life, a little bit of Erica by my side.
Yep.
A little bit of Rita's all I need. A little bit of Tina's what I
Another
see.
glass of it.
Oh.
I'm bored. Yeah, so am I.
No, it's
I
on
don't know. I know, I'm joking.
Doobie Dave, doobie dee.
Nerdler, it could be worse. I could be the one singing it.
Stop.
That's true, but he's banned from singing on the internet.
Yes, I know it's a crime against humanity and all the rest of it.
There you go.
Nerd
Nerdler and Dora are teaming up to get it.
I'm blue.
Song is indeed I'm blue.
Do neither of you guys suffer from any sense of shame?
Apparently not.
Not a bit. None. Zero.
Oh,
fucks
dear.
with
Oh, no. This is I
Oops.
No lie.
Oops.
I want to see you
Oops.
at that door. Baby, bye, bye, bye.
So now tell me who sang it. I might as well give you the rest of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who sang this one?
Dora's going to tell us in a sec.
Yeah.
I should indeed be ashamed.
I haven't got a clue. Still don't know who that is.
I know who it is now. 10 seconds. What do you reckon? Hang on. I'm going to go further into it. Does that sound familiar?
No. Oh yeah, that bit. Yeah, that bit.
Yeah, there you go. June Test 2 with NSYNC. Yeah.
I think I might have heard of them, but that's about it.
Okay.
So,
I
Well, I have to say, Paul, you've really dredged up some utter shite for this one.
I have, haven't I?
You really have scraped the bottom of the fucking barrel.
I have. That's
So what's
what, I had to literally do that to make it hard for you.
Yeah, I know. Christ almighty. That's a load of old bollocks.
Yeah.
Well, it worked, mate, I'll tell you.
This one here, got.
I'm quite glad that I haven't got a fucking clue about any of these, because what's a load of shit.
We're gonna have Kylie Minogue soon, I bet you.
I never got the point of this song when it came out. I
So
thought, what the fuck?
the real
They'll make a
Slim
song out of
Shady,
it.
won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
Oh yeah, it is.
Who by Timbo? Come on.
Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem.
Eminem.
Badooby-dooby.
Is he a red M&M or a blue M&M?
Yeah, it's the real Slim Shady by Eminem.
Does that mean there's a fake one then?
Well, that's the question.
Yes, Nerd Alert. Kylie Minogue would be a fucking upgrade at this point. At least she can
It
sing.
would be, wouldn't it?
Haven't you listened to the Eminem? That's the whole point of that song. Who is the real Slim Shady?
I fucking hate rap music with a vengeance.
Guys, that
Guys, are you sure about that?
guy, girl, gee. Well, you come up with another word that's 3 letters that starts with G. Guy.
Well, it's not guys, is it? That's not it.
Get.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Well, no one else got to
Get this party started.
Get this
party
started.
Get this party. Oh, I know what this is. I know what it is.
Say it. Go on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think.
Oh, you'd like this one to be on the tip of your tongue, man.
Get this party started. Oh, I'm sure I would.
She was.
What
wasn't the girl that sung this the baby that was on the TV series Blue Peter in the 70s?
Think of a colour.
Actually, no, it's not the one I'm thinking.
Think of a colour.
It's not who I'm thinking.
Think of a colour.
There you go. The
pink.
Yeah, pink.
Pink. Yeah, that's it.
Get the party started by Pink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nearly a Flat Earth song, because that would be Nutter.
No, that's not it. Us has. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's love this. That's the way it is. That's why can't I get there?
It's ringing bells actually, and that's the way it is. I can always sing it, but what's the Salt and Pepper? Was it? No, it wasn't Salt and Pepper. No.
I don't think it's this one.
I'll give you a hint.
Same era though.
Dora was right with the artist, but not the song earlier.
Hang on. What Dora did you get? Dora said.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Not familiar with the work, and I wouldn't know if I tripped over it.
Is it the same as the name of a shark, Paul? The first
what?
Name? Same as the name of a famous shark. You know, Bruce.
No.
No, so it's not that one then.
I don't know the song, but I don't know. I don't know what the name of the song is. I can't remember who it's by, but I just know that last lyric. That's the way it is. Life's like this. That's the way it is. Yeah, don't know. Can't figure who it is. It rings bells.
No, if it rings bells, it would be Mike Oldfield.
Tubular Bells.
Yeah. No one knows?
Is it this one? Hang on, let me just check.
Otherwise known as the theme to the.
No, it's not that one.
No.
It's not that one. No, definitely not.
Definitely not that one.
Come on, it's an Avril Lavigne song.
All right.
Not Shirley Laverne.
Come on. The picture's got to give you a clue. Come on.
Because life's like this.
Simpsons.
I don't have any Avril Lavigne in my collection.
Oh, come on. It's
Well,
complicated
I
by Avril Lavigne.
I was going to say it's complicated.
Oh, right, okay.
Paul. I was going to say it's complicated.
And
No,
that
it's not
was
the
it.
song I thought.
That was it. There you go.
Done, Paul. You've excelled yourself.
I dressed up the most other side I can think of.
I think Nerd Alert and Dora really enjoyed that one, Paul.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was
Quite
quite.
ashamed of themselves.
It's quite enjoyable just to see Farmer's Boy squirm a bit and be disgusted at the same time.
It's some of the most appalling music we've ever heard.
Oh, I'm sure I could find worse than that.
In your
but-
opinion,
I'm sure you could. Anything rap for a start.
I was going to say I'm an Avril Lavigne page at the moment. I could probably hit any of these and you won't like it.
Oh, Farmer's Boy. Next week we'll have the latest and greatest from Nana Muscuri.
Yeah. That'd be a bit while ago.
or how about Kylie Minogue's greatest hits or something? You know,
What?
something like that.
Which one?
Well, at least she can sing.
At least she get. Yeah,
Can she?
can sing.
Can she? Can she?
Yeah.
Can
Yes,
she?
she can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, she
sorry.
actually
she's
sings.
always-
She doesn't just talk quickly and say, "Oh, that's rap."
Yes.
Talk quickly, call it rap.
Yeah.
That's why
and
I
at least
struggle
she's
with. Oh God, there's a rock band who does a lot of rap. Some of their stuff's quite good, but it keeps rapping. No, it's gone. I'm having the senior moment.
at least she's pretty easy. At least she's pretty easy on the eye as well.
Very
Kylie Minogue, yeah.
They're
Kylie
both
Minogue,
very
yeah.
easy on the eye. Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever happened to Danny Minogue? Is she still knocking about?
Danny Minogue, she's around. She's not as
Well,
famous
she
as-
was doing American Idol for a while, wasn't she? Was
Yeah.
it American Idol?
Was she?
Was it one of the other? One of those anyway. One of those talent ones. She was
I
doing
don't
that
know.
for quite a
Kinda-
while, and then she disappeared again. So I don't know what she's doing.
I kind of
Well,
vaguely
Christian
remember
Shepherd.
when she was on some Aussie soap opera.
When I was running a youth group, this song had just come out.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You're really dredging it up now.
and one of the young girls, this is back in the tape days, made a tape with that on almost eternal repeat. And we just play it over and over and over and over.
I remember as a wee young lad being at my local youth club, and they put on a disco, and they had the brand new release from Iron Maiden, and it was indeed "Run to the Hills." That's the sort of stuff I grew up with.
I can
I
remember.
headbanged to that when I was 12, maybe. I can't remember what year it came out.
Well, I can remember when the boys' school that I went to had their formal with the local girls' school. The most popular song was "We Want to Get Out of This Place," or that place.
Get out of this place. It's the last thing I ever do.
The good old it's the Animals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys couldn't sing.
Didn't you? You want us to
God,
show
yeah.
you how we can't sing?
I never claimed I can sing.
Unfortunately,
I can sing very well when I'm in my car on my own. Then I'm an expert.
I don't intend to demonstrate, but actually, I used to lead the choir at church, but I'm not going to demonstrate that at the moment.
Oh, there we go. I remembered it. 1982.
What?
Run to the Hills on the album The Number of the Beast.
Run
Yeah.
to the hills. Yeah.
We'll
Good
see.
track.
Matt's demonstrating.
All
for us.
about the settlers slaughtering the Red Indians.
Never
Native
thought about it, to be
Indians,
honest.
they're now called.
That
Most
was
Iron Maiden
one
songs tell
powerful
stories.
album, wasn't it?
Well, you know, Children of the Damned, The
That was-
Prisoner, 22 Acacia Avenue. Oh, yeah.
Well, at least you
Yeah.
could say one. I mean, one
Hey,
thing you
at
could
least
say
she took
about.
luncheon vouchers.
She did.
I bet
true.
I bet lots of kids these days would go luncheon vouchers. What the fuck? Luncheon vouchers.
Luncheon vouchers, yeah. Yeah.
And of course,
They would.
it ended with "Hallowed Be Thy Name," and I've sung along with that with Bruce at couple of concerts he's done. Yeah.
I rather like the opening to Number of the Beast as well. Whose voice is that though?
It's not Vincent Price. He sounds like Vincent Price, but I don't think it is. I think they got somebody in who sounded like him. Yeah, woe to you, O Earth and Sun. The devil sends his beast with wrath, etc., etc.
And I think
brilliant way to open the song.
I think also with at least with rock music, especially sort of 80s rock music in particular, you know, at least it was in 70s. At least it was like the lyrics actually meant something. Like now, it just seems to be just a whole stack of words just piled together into the mush.
I mean, I've heard people say, "Oh, Iron Maiden, it's just heavy metal. They're just shouting and screeching. They're not saying anything." But
No,
I mean,
they're not.
you take Iron Maiden. Every single member of the group has got at least one degree. You know, Bruce Dickinson was an Olympics level fencer. You know, he runs his own air business. You know, he's a pilot qualified on God knows how many aircraft, and he teaches people how to fly and blah blah blah. And most of their songs, take the Trooper. That's the Crimean War. That's Charge of the Light Brigade. You know, Run to the Hills. It's all about the settlers fighting the native Indians and stuff like
Brian
that.
May,
You know,
Brian May,
the lyrics, they tell a story.
Brian May,
there
the
you go.
Queen, was an astrophysicist.
Yeah. You know, these guys tend to be quite clever chaps.
Yep.
Okay, there are exceptions like Lemmy.
Yeah. I've said.
Oh, Christ, I'm fishing it down.
I can still barely believe listening to the original version of the song Motorhead by Hawkwind.
Oh God.
Well, that's
Wow.
where he got the name of the
Go
group
back.
from when they booted him out of Hawkwind.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, you know, like the Motorhead version of the song is like the Hawkwind version played at 72 RPM.
Well, that was the problem with Lemmy and Hawkwind, because Hawkwind were all sort of taking the drugs that sort of relax you and calm you down, and Lemmy would be on speed. And the two don't really go together. And of course, Hawkwind's biggest hit, their lead singer at the time was ill, Silver Machine, so Lemmy did it, and that didn't go down very well, and off he went, and Motorhead was born.
Are we still live, by the way? We are, aren't we?
We are, yes. We still go.
Absolutely honking it down.
Yes. So you don't have helicopters going over at the moment, farmers?
Not this
There was
week.
actually, there is, this weekend they hold what they call the Goodwood Festival of Speed, and today's been cancelled because of the weather forecast and the forecast high winds and thunderstorms. And it's a good job it's not F1 this weekend, because it would be full wets and waiting for the track to drain, and it's I ain't going outside now. It's not bad.
I have to tell you a thing about when I was doing the music in church. We had this concert once, and we decided we'd do Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. Well, it's the group the guys did, and they wanted me to do the singing. And so I looked at the lyrics, and okay, they all thought, oh yeah, Hallelujah, it's all, you know, religious, right? And it is for the most part. You're the first bit, you know, they talk about David and this sort of stuff. Oh yeah, they did. And I said to him, do you know the last verse of that? And oh yeah, no, yeah, we'll just do it. I said, I don't think we'll do the last verse, because when you get down to the last verse, second last verse, sorry. Let me see what you think it's saying. There was a time you let me know what was really going on below, but now you never show it to me, do you? And I remember when I moved in you, and the holy dove she was moving to, and every single breath she drew was hallelujah. Yes, you tell me what you think that means.
Remember when I used to get it and now I don't?
Yes. I thought that...
It really does help if you listen to the lyrics of songs sometimes.
Yes. So
like, yeah, I mean, I know we've mentioned it before, but the absolute classic is the Police hit "Every Breath You Take."
Yeah.
And people still play that at their weddings. And it's all about a stalker.
Stalker, yeah. Every breath
Just
you
listen to
take,
the words. Yeah, he's
every
there.
move that you
Every
take,
breath you
I'll be
take,
watching
every
you.
move you make. I'll be watching you. He's a fucking stalker. And you, oh yeah, let's play that at our wedding. Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to it?
Yes. Some people don't. Excuse me.
Yeah, it is a bit creepy. Every move you make, I'll be watching you.
Oh, it is. You got to listen to listen to the whole song. It gets even worse. But yeah.
Yeah, listen to the whole. It is about a stalker. He's stalking his ex.
I do have something. I picked something that we don't usually do. I got a little. What's his name? Earth is Life. Is that him? Yeah, that's him.
Oh yeah. Used to be
Yeah,
called
this-
Beeble one time.
Asteroids in orbit,
Yeah,
then hurl
he's
y'all
good.
thousands of
Oh,
miles
yeah.
an hour towards it.
Gleam. The guy who vehemently claims he's not a flat earther. Wow, what would ever give me the idea that Gleam was a flat earther?
He's
It's
another
definitely
liar.
not the fact that everything that comes out of his mouth pertains to the earth not being a globe in some way. Gleam claiming he's not a flat earther is just like a guy who claims he's not a Cowboys fan, but drives around with Dallas Cowboys stickers all over his car and wears Cowboy jerseys, t-shirts, and hats every day.
I told you, I'm not a Cowboys fan.
The guy who, after getting completely destroyed, proceeds to write 1,000-word essays in comment sections along with links that 9 times out of 10 debunk his
doesn't he
arguments
just?
altogether anyway. The guy who claims my channel is just full of lies in order to deceive people into believing the earth is a globe.
Oh, you go, Clive.
Well, it seems as though Gleam is still butthurt about a few videos I made a few years ago. He recently got so triggered for me pointing out the obvious flaws in this graph he presented to me years ago that he threatened to copyright strike my channel. Unfortunately, that didn't work out too well for you either, didn't it? That seems like a reoccurring theme nowadays. Ever so often, he'll bring up how he claims I deleted a portion of his maths on this graph he created, which is supposed to represent angles to Polaris. We'll go over this absolute debacle in a minute. He'll also bring up how he thinks this reflection of clouds on the water are actually clouds that somehow formed just above the ocean in the middle of the day in a tropical climate and are blocking my view of the horizon, and that I'm somehow lying about the obvious curve in this picture. To get a full understanding of his argument, let's go back a few years to when I made this video. Gleam sent me this graph that he claimed proved that angles to Polaris as they are on the globe could work on flat Earth. Again, this coming from a guy claiming he's not a flat earther. My original question, which never got answered, was where did he come up with the distance to Polaris? Well, he basically used the radius of the Earth as the distance to Polaris. Not sure why he chose this, but let's go with it for now. If you take a closer look at his graph, it has 4 columns. Latitude, distance from that latitude to the North Pole in miles, apparent altitude of Polaris in miles, and the hypotenuse. So we essentially have 3 points of a right triangle from each latitude on flat Earth, the North Pole, and Polaris. In reality, the angle at which Polaris is viewed above the horizon will always match your latitude, and I personally tested this when I lived in Hawaii. So let's test my observation using Gleam's graph. Oahu was about 4,747 miles from the North Pole at latitude 21.4 degrees north. If we look at the graph, it looks close enough, but herein lies the problem. Remember that we're dealing with a right triangle on flat Earth from the observer to the North Pole to Polaris. Over a flat plane, if Polaris is 3,959 miles above the North Pole, trigonometry says that at a distance of 4,747 miles, Polaris should be 39.8 degrees above the horizon. But upon observation, it's not. It perfectly matches my latitude, which I measured to be 21 degrees. This is a point of contention that a lot of flat earthers continue to get wrong, which is no surprise. I mean, it's really simple. If the Earth is flat and celestial objects are local, then we could essentially use a right triangle with a flat baseline, which flat earthers love to use, to figure out the elevation above the flat plane these local celestial objects actually are. The simple fact is, objects at a fixed point above the ground behave differently while moving away on a curved surface versus a flat surface. Let's look at another flaw in Gleam's graph. In trigonometry, a triangle with two 45-degree angles will always have two sides that are the exact same length. But according to Gleam's graph, at 45 degrees latitude, the distance to the North Pole is 3,107 miles, which is shorter than the original height he proposed. So that means Polaris would have to physically drop in altitude 852 miles from 3,959 miles to 3,107 miles in order to make this graph work. He covers this up by claiming these are all apparent altitudes. Gleam seems to think that calling them apparent altitudes somehow makes them valid. And here's the craziest, most glaring problem with this graph. All of these points are virtually the same height above the ground. So that means this height of Polaris above the North Pole is the same as this height, and this, and this, and this. And here's my final question, Gleam. How can Polaris be multiple different elevations at the same time, measured from different places on Earth? Here's the short answer, Gleam. It can't. And you, supposedly being pretty good at math, should have figured out years ago that it makes absolutely no sense. And you wonder why we laugh at you and don't take you serious. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And please check out the rest of my videos if you're interested. And as always, peace.
Pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.
Gleam is worse than your average Flurf.
Yeah.
Because he's also an electric universer.
He is, yeah.
And a Macker.
In fact, I think he's more of an electric universer than he is a Flurf, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I like the way Beeble, at every possible point, had Gleam's avatar up.
Yeah.
Because that's why Gleam has been trying to copyright strike him for using his avatar.
Yes.
Basically. Yes. So, wherever he could, Gleam's avatar was on show, as if to say, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
pretty sure that's a fair use of it as well.
But he's talking about him, so yes, he's using him as an alternate.
But most of them now, they are doing false copyright strikes because they just don't like how they're being presented. And, you know, like Gleam saying, oh, you use my avatar. Yeah, and?
Yes, and
Gleam's another one of these people that confirms McTurn's laws of Flurf in that every citation that he provides doesn't actually say what Gleam thinks it says.
I've been referring to it for years as pulling a Gleam because Gleam will make a point, put up a citation, and it's like, have you actually read this? Because this contradicts what you're saying. Been doing it for years. Yeah. Pulling a Gleam.
I think one of the biggest...
You're right. Go on, Alan. One of the biggest.
I was going to say, I think one of the biggest problems with the electric universes is that debunking them becomes more difficult because you've kind of got to have a reasonable amount of understanding to go to all of those papers that they quote and show why they're wrong.
Yeah. I guess,
yeah.
I mean, it's a lot harder work than the average Flurf. Because, I mean, the average Flurf isn't really ever making definite claims, where the electric universes will make actual claims.
Yeah, but basically, they're just it's very easy for them to say something stupid. It then takes you a while to go away and come back with the evidence of showing why it's stupid. Yeah, they can just go X. Particularly the like of Wits it, Shields it, you know, because he'll trot out some big words and the idiots will think, oh, that sounds clever. He must know what he's on about. No, but you then got to go away and find the evidence, come back and say, no, you're wrong because of X, Y, and Z. And that takes longer than him going, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, it does. And by then, everyone's lost interest. You saw this one, Blue?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Talk about slander.
Well, it comes down to this, and it's just disingenuous. No one can make the claim that level is horizontal and then deny that they think the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
There you go.
I stand by that statement.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. I don't think anything you had there made any
I'm
difference.
not sure what point the little gnome was trying to make.
No, I don't think anything was of use. So, a waste of 10 seconds, really.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Bev, though. You know.
Okay.
Horizontal is a straight line. And you claim the level is horizontal, and you're claiming that level is a straight line. And that, my friend, is wrong.
Yep. There you go. What else have I got on my list of things that I found? Do you know, I was saying before, I cut out all this CC stuff because I had a whole list of CCs we hadn't watched, and I was didn't bother. But he does have put a new one. But I've timestamped this one because the first half of the video is him just complaining about politics. So I picked this up about halfway through.
Now, if you go with Trump, of how many things he's done that's stupid, which Trump has done stupid things. That's right, he has. Not everything that he does is right. But they'll fight you too.
Thank God we can't see it.
So it's a no-win situation.
Yes.
You know, both tables are fighting each other over the person that they believe should be behind that table. Okay? Now, I want you to think of it in this way. Now, with Flat Earth is the same thing. Flat Earth, people who don't believe in Flat Earth can't handle it. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to have anything to do with it, no matter what you tell them. They'll always say that they live on a spinning wet ball. Okay? Always. No matter what you say. How do the spacesuits work? How do they not blow up like a Goodyear fucking blimp and explode? What prevents that? How is it possible? Show me one vacuum test that when they put something in it, that it doesn't explode. Okay? Show me. Show me. Tell me how a spacesuit works. I really would like to know.
Sure, I'll show you lots of things that don't
in
explode
physics,
in a vacuum chamber.
It shouldn't work. It's got a magical pack in the back that's 4 inches thick and I don't know what, 2.5 feet long. What is in that magical pack that's preventing them from dying in the vacuum of space? Okay, because it's funny when you go scuba diving, you have 2 big tanks in the back of your in your back right there with snorkels on it, and they weigh a ton. That's when you go scuba diving. Don't you think it should be something like that if space actually exists and you were up in outer space and you were bouncing around on the moon on an endless vacuum, walking around in this little spacesuit that defies physics? But then the people from, the globe side will say, well, they have NASA's great. They have this magical stuff that really prevents it from exploding into a Goodyear blimp. I mean, they have so many things. Okay. All right. And then you bring up to, a globe earther, the shadows of the astronauts. There are 50. There's 50 of them. There's like 4 of them, all pointing in different directions. How does that happen? Would it one source of light just turned into 4 different sources of light? They'll fight you. They'll fight you to the end. Okay. Just like we'll fight you when you tell us we live on a globe, because we don't. We live on a flat land, covered with a dome, firmament, motionless. And These people just don't get it. They don't see what's happening. They don't see that their world is crumbling in front of them. They don't see that everything is crumbling. This is the state of this world is because they have nothing to do anymore. People aren't buying anything anymore. Even though they're not flat earthers, they're not buying shit. They're not buying the Ukraine. Okay? They're not buying World War III. They're not buying any mysterious virus anymore. They're not doing it anymore. All they can do is cause major storms, disrupt our lives, and tax us to death. That's all they can do. That's all they have left. And that's all they're going to do. Because they have nothing else. They can't do anything. They can't fake a UFO invasion. They can't do it. Our technology is beyond what we had 20 years ago when maybe they could have gotten away with it. Can't do it now. Everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's ready to capture something so they can become the next TikTok star or whatever, Reddit star, or whatever the fuck, all these social networks, Facebook star, whatever it may be. Doesn't make a difference. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.
Yeah. I saved you from the first half of that one. Sorry, didn't say.
There you go. I said something that's been tested in a vacuum chamber that didn't explode.
Yep.
Yep.
Stand up. A bit loud, but whatever.
Yeah.
Tested a
Still
vacuum
working,
chamber
huh?
without exploding. Yeah, it's still working. Lost contact with it for a little while, but it seems to come back again.
But my question now is, what is that a vacuum chamber if it's elevating? I got to ask.
It's obviously not a complete vacuum. It simulates an atmosphere of another planet.
Yeah, but it's still a vacuum chamber, right?
Yeah, but it's not a vacuum.
It's not a vacuum.
Yeah.
Not a complete vacuum. No.
I would point out that, okay, if you took that out of that chamber and you only removed that and removed the air, nothing in that chamber is going to explode. So the stand wouldn't explode, the cables wouldn't explode.
No, none of it
floor's not
explode.
nothing's going to explode. So, yes, things do go in a vacuum chamber without exploding.
A lot.
A lot of it does. And also the pressure differential in the spacesuits is not enough to make them turn into a Michelin man. That's just ridiculous. Or what was his word? The Goodyear blimp, whatever it was. Again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know why they come back, because when people think about, because they say there's 10 to the negative 17 torr, they immediately think that it's a negative vacuum.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. No.
You know, you think, the massive pressures and all that stuff. No.
It's actually because they watch too many sci-fi films, which have all these completely incorrect information about what happens if you go in space, outside in space. Yes.
Suits are only at about 5 psi. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, it's not a lot of air in there. Definitely not enough to blow it up.
And they're breathing pure oxygen.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what, CC? You know what they have on the ISS? They got liquid oxygen.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And what do you think?
You wouldn't need a real big bottle of liquid oxygen to have a whole shitload of oxygen now, would you?
No.
No. And that's why before they do a spacewalk, that they're in their suits for upwards of an hour or so, because they're basically doing the same thing that deep sea divers have to do. They're trying to purge the nitrogen out of their system.
Yeah, pre-breathing.
So that they can go out there for 6 or 7 hours on a higher oxygen content, lower air pressure in their suits.
Yes.
Yeah, was it about 4.5 psi partial pressure of oxygen in the atmosphere?
4.5, 5 psi. Because if you have the spacesuit at 14.5 psi, you can't do that for a start.
Yeah.
It's the suits don't work. That's why you have to have a lower pressure, so it's a higher oxygen content, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's why they use. I mean, that's why using pure oxygen is so useful, isn't it? You only need like 4.5 psi of it.
That's it.
And when you do that, you haven't got to worry about oxygen saturation that's bad for you, like you do if you're doing it at.
Well, yeah, it's nitrogen.
Like
That's
atmosphere.
the problem. Yeah.
And that shows the nonsense. You watch all these sci-fi films, and they go, right, I'll just get me spacesuit. They take 2 minutes getting in the spacesuit, and they're out the airlock. Done. It's like, no, it takes longer than that. A lot longer than that. I mean, this one's on the ISS. It can be upwards of 2 hours before they're actually in the airlock.
Yes. Sorry, I was just dealing with Gary Wybanga, who thinks that coming on and making personal slurs against people is appropriate. So.
Oh, that's because he's an arsehole.
Yes.
Oh goodness, what did Gary say?
It doesn't matter. I just deleted him. You guys are mods. You can probably just look at it if you really want to. But
yep. Yeah, we can have a look and see what he said, and that doesn't come as a surprise at all, because he's got some very strange ideas about people.
Yeah. I just timed him out anyway, so yeah, I'm about to finish up shortly, so that won't be a problem. I don't mind coming on, Gary, but not for that sort of crap.
No.
Yeah, that's just pointless, and you wonder why people get upset at flat earthers. I got a bit of Everett. Let's play something a bit more cheery.
You have to say Gary is an idiot, but he doesn't normally come in like that, does he?
No, not
no,
usually.
no.
That's just
must be having a bad day.
Yeah. So anytime Jack, Gary, haven't banned you or anything, just next time don't come in like that. Okay. We'll love this one, Gary. Right up your street.
I'll see it. There we go.
I'm about to settle this flat earth debate in one video.
Talk to the hand.
So these are the different ideologies of how the earth looks in the firmament. It's not a coincidence that they all match up.
Whoop-de-doo to the world! Whoop-de-doo, Mr. Florist. Whoop-de-doo, Mr. Physical Trainer. Whoop-de-doo, Mr. President. Whoop-de-doo, Tarantula Town!
And this is even more that match up. And they all got something to do with a firmament.
Hold on! I'm trying to give a fuck.
Yeah, some of those aren't real.
So some people believe that God is holding the firmament with its hand, protecting us from the waters above. I believe that God is water.
Have you been eating laundry detergent?
Which is why God is what's holding us, protecting us from the waters above. The only thing that's holding the firmament down is the water pressure and weight.
Very interesting theory, Mr. Charleston. But you overlook one very important point.
And that is?
He's stupid.
These higher-ups know something about water that we don't. They literally use it to their advantage.
What are you talking about?
Pure chaos. Pure evil.
Now there is two types of water. Natural water, which is alive. Then you have purified water, which is non-living.
Yeah, now this is getting weird.
There was this experiment done with natural living water. And for 30 days, they told the jars one or two things. Either I hate you or I love you.
Take that, you sexual, polluted savage!
You know, Dee, I kind of feel like we did a good thing here.
I do too. We gave him a good day. For him, not for a normal person.
Jesus.
The one that they said I hate you to obviously turned brown. The one they said I love you to stayed purified.
Citation required.
Now keep in mind these are the same cartoons that are made by the people that's hiding all this information from me. So the one girl asked, how does the water not fall right off if it's flat?
There's a big old butter wall, and it circles the entire pancake Earth.
The butter wall keeps the water in.
Aha!
He said a butter wall.
Seriously? A butter wall?
That's what I said, fool!
Now we know the butter wall is the ice wall.
I love to hear more, but I got a life to live.
This is the ice wall, for those of y'all that don't know. Now these ice walls and firmaments is actually what separates us from other dimensions.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
The firmament is made of ions, and the word dimension is dividing men with ions.
You're an idiot.
So these are actually the outer lands, outer spaces, extraterrestrials.
Yeah, you don't say.
So these are actually the outer spaces. And all the planets are actually the suns and the moons of these different lands.
I think you should have your head examined.
I've seen something similar, but not that bad.
You think that, Alice? You think I should have my head examined, huh? I'll have it examined, Alice, if you want. Anywhere in the United States, I'll have it examined. And they'll find nothing in there, Alice.
There you go. Well, with that, we might start to finish up, guys.
Yeah.
I think we're at that sort of time of night. And Paul's still got to recover a little bit.
I do.
I've at that sort of time, I wouldn't mind having a bit of a nap. Been awake for a while. Thank you, Peanuts, for coming. Thanks for the panel for coming. While you guys might like to say goodbye, while I try and find the stop button. I know I've got it here somewhere.
Bye, Peanuts.
Bye, Peanuts.
Bye, Peanuts.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
Oh, good luck,
Peanuts.
Fred.
Good luck, Fred. Yep. Bailey be here. I will catch you guys on Wednesday for those. Otherwise, we'll catch you next week. And for those that miss Wednesdays, we'll see you then. Okay. Thanks, guys. See you.
Bye.
There we go.